RudeNation. It is your boys, Tom and Sherm. Hey. Wasn't totally vamping to find the buttons, but we're back for another fantastic-filled, comic book-focused episode of the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus, episode 165. Trading the Backs, Volume 9. We're at it, baby. I'm here again with the reigning defending WFB Royal Rumble World Champion, Tommy Cash. Tom, how does that feel? It's been a month-ish? About a month, right? No, it's less than a month.
It's less than a month.
Less than a month, yeah. Well, how's your month been as the champion?
It's been a reign of terror.
Right. There's been blizzards, so the weather has been revolting.
Got a great picture of me and the belt
Posted on the gram.
Yep,
Yes, we did.
Yep. So it's been good. It's been a good time so far.
We had the big game. The big game happened.
Yeah, the superb owl.
The big game happened to us. We watched the SpongeBob stream, which was a lot of fun.
Oh my god, they need to do that every year. But I think next year, the superb owl is on Fox, so Fox isn't allowed to have fun.
No, so they got to do something, man, because that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
That was
pretty neat. Pretty neat.
I loved it every time they would show Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift's boyfriend, really good at football. Really good at
clearly.
Or when they scored the first touchdown 3 hours later.
That was really good. Yeah, obviously everybody go back in time, watch that game on Nickelodeon, and you get SpongeBob and Patrick doing commentary. You got the Larry the Lobster, whatever the fuck his name is. He's on the field
talking about taking dumps in his pants.
It's pretty crazy.
Dora the Explorer explaining the game,
which that was very helpful.
Yeah,
it was helpful for a guy like me who doesn't know a fucking thing about foosball.
And then every time a score would happen, there would be AR slime into the end zone.
Correct. Yes.
It's so much fun.
Correct. But it was a lot of fun.
It was.
But now we're shifting into gears. We're shifting into Trading the Backs, Volume 9. But I mean, Marvel focused. It's obviously 50 years of Wolverine. Also 40 years of the Black Suit and Daredevil and all this shit. 100 anniversaries. Tons of anniversaries. Big Marvel year, MCU week, I should say.
Oh, yeah.
It just came through a lot of news. So in honor of such news and a recommendation from Tom,
I don't know the drinks.
You
names.
have to do. All right. Well,
who's in our mouth, Chris? I don't know. Look, I'm a little thrown off right now. Okay,
it's okay. I know it's a little early for us.
It's not even that. I'm having fucking stupid car issues. So.
Right. Yeah.
Not happy.
This is called the Flame On. Obviously, in reference to one young Johnny Storm.
We did this.
We did not. I don't think we did. I don't think so. But whatever. We're going to do it again. Okay. I don't think so because this is passion fruit liqueur.
Okay.
As well as some dark Jamaican rum.
Hey!
It's going to be very syrupy because it was in the freezer.
It looks fucking syrupy.
It's passion fruit, like I said, passion fruit liqueur.
Looks like I could put it on my pancakes.
I wouldn't suggest that.
Why?
I don't know. Probably just wouldn't taste good.
Oh.
I mean, you do you, bro. All right, I'm going to float a little 151 on this. I'm going to try. Okay.
Yeah, you're floating. We jamming.
Why would I float 151? It's because, much like young Jonathan Storm,
his dick's on fire.
It's about to get hot in here. Yeah, I'm sorry. Burn off the 150. There we go.
There we go.
Alright, well, we don't want to get that too hot and toasty, so we'll blow and clink and drink. Ready? Clink, drink. There we go. Careful it's not too hot. Exactly.
I wish we were visual medium.
Oh. Yeah, it's a shot.
So
originally, this recipe came from Superhero Cocktails.
Holy shit!
Which is going to be the other things we have on deck.
Maui.
Yeah, it is the passion fruit liqueur. I don't think turned. And also just the Jamaican dark rum, the Myers dark rum I have, it's not good. I don't like that. Yeah. That's where we're at as a society. It called for ginger rum, which apparently you can only get in California. We don't have it on Long Island, but
you gave away where we're from.
I know. Sorry, everybody. But it is it was something I could have infused. I just didn't have the time. So it said you could use dark rum, and I did. And woo! What are you gonna do? I might try this again with a fresher batch of passion fruit liqueur and infused ginger rum.
Right.
We'll see what happens. I mean, we got we have like a year and change before Fantastic Four comes out, which we'll talk about in Blitzkrieg news.
Fantastic Four, Sue Storm.
As I.
It's the theme song.
I can't believe, Jack Kirby's niece got into it. But we are going to completely ignore that joke. We're going to move into that beautiful segue and Fantasticar into Blitzkrieg news.
Starting off in games, as we always do. Look at that, I did it right.
Yeah.
Oh, no! Gamers, Microsoft is going third party. Not really.
This has been a fun week in botched corporate video game announcements. So what am I saying? I
don't know.
The big rumor... well, let me explain. The big rumor was that Microsoft is going to be releasing several of its games on its other consoles, and I mean, to be fair, it's done that in the form of, as far first off, Minecraft is technically Microsoft owned, so there you go. We had other games Microsoft has been a part of, such as like GoldenEye or Ori and the Blind Forest, have shown up on Switch. But everybody's talking about games like Hi-Fi Rush, which is a great game, everybody should play it, and Starfield, and Pentiment, and Grounded, and all these other games, and Xbox fanboys are freaking out because they're thinking all the exclusives are going away. Turns out that's not the case, because the higher-ups over at Microsoft went onto a podcast, which, A, is weird, because why wouldn't you just come to us? Because there's no other podcast out there. This is the only one. And there's no B, there's no follow-up. But they said that only 4 games are going to be coming out to other platforms, and that's it. Specifically, out of those 4 games, 2 of them will not be Starfield and will not be Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, or whatever, the Circle of Life, whatever it's called.
Like the Great Dial?
The Great Adventure of Indiana Jones. But everybody's freaking out because they're like, oh my god, exclusivity. Like, no, they're going to still do their thing. They're still going to do Game Pass. They're still going to put their Halos out on their systems. Yeah. But, they've been trailing in the last 2 console generations. So, of course, they would be like, it doesn't really cost us anything to just put it on another console. We'll just get more money, so fuck it.
Yeah.
It's a business, baby.
Yeah,
that's all I got to say about it.
The other thing I saw, it wasn't worth putting on, but I'll mention it.
Okay.
Because we're talking about, how... game companies are making announcements. Apparently,
do you want another or no?
I guess we gotta get rid of that shit.
Yeah. We don't. We can take one more and then everything else I'll just dump. I'm not gonna light this one on fire.
Okay, good.
It might be better cooler.
Maybe. Probably not.
Probably not.
So, someone from Sony said that, the PS5 is at the end of its life cycle.
The latter stages of its life cycle, and they're not going to be releasing any first-party games anytime soon, which is a very odd thing to say.
Yeah, I saw that as well today.
Someone has actually broken down that the amount of games that are still locked exclusively to the Wii U is a higher number than the games that are exclusive to PS5. But I'm talking about things like Meme Run and Star Fox Zero, which nobody wants to play, even though I have it still out. I was planning on doing that for the Star Fox episode last year. Didn't happen. But yeah, no, it's a weird...
You have a game you haven't played yet?
Oh, I've played it, but I wanted to replay it for the Star Fox episode. Give it a fairer shake. It's just been a weird time in game announcements. Let's talk about the third elephant in the room. Nintendo usually does a Nintendo Direct around this time. They did not. They've opted to just release, trailers and stuff through YouTube or through social media. RudeNation, just a quick aside, I'm editing this after the Nintendo Direct partner event, and this was recorded before all of that shit was announced, so you'll hear that next episode. But the rumor now is that we might get an announcement for their new console this year with a possible Q1 2025 release.
Mm-hmm.
So,
neat.
That's what's happening. That's why everybody's a little hush and mum on the video game fronts.
Well,
yeah.
Insomniac wasn't hush hush.
No, Insomniac wasn't.
New Game Plus, costumes, and more coming to the 2023 Rude winner of Best Video Game, Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man can do anything a spider can.
Keep going.
Spin a web, shoot a web ball.
Do you not know the theme song? It's
like that episode of Family Guy when they go to a Kiss concert.
Right.
And they have Peter singing. And he just ad-libs the...
That's pretty accurate, yeah. So March 7th, that's what I was looking up. I thought I put the date on here, but no. It's going to have New Game Plus, going to have new costumes, and
nice.
And Insomniac says more, and more. So I don't know what that more means, but and more. I'd like some DLC, like some chapters that will maybe better than the crappy Hammerhead shit you gave me for the last game.
And you saw that Hammerhead
stuff. It really was not good. It really was not good. I was like, why am I doing this? Because Spider-Man.
Because I hate my life right now.
Because Spider-Man.
So that's pretty cool. March 2nd, can't wait for it.
7th. You're going to have to, because it's 5 days after that day.
Fuck you. Disney invests $1.5 billion into Epic Games.
Yeah, so they're funding Epic to make like metaverse worlds or some shit, but not metaverse because it's a whole other thing. Like virtual worlds, virtual sandbox playground places, either in Fortnite or not in Fortnite.
Just give me a whole Marvel Disney Fortnite world, and where I could play as like Aladdin running around and shooting at
just
Simba.
Make like a Disney version of Fortnite.
Yeah, why and throw Marvel in there? Fucking why not?
Star Wars too.
Yeah,
and Muppets.
Oh my god,
Avatar.
Fucking Kermit running around with a fucking AK-47 would be fucking awesome.
I'm Kermit T. Frog. I don't know any. What are they? I don't know video game lingo. I've been doing this my whole life. I don't know lingo. No scope, you bitches. Campers, get whacked. That's what they say. Campers get whacked. Kermit T. Frog, everybody.
Waka waka.
That was the worst Aussie impression ever. I don't know what that was. That's some alien. Shit, I gotta look this up too. Continue, Tommy. All right, we've lost. All
right, we're off the rails. No, come on, we got this. Comic book news.
Get the heck out of here.
Marvel. Yeah, we've had a lot of comic book news these past few episodes.
I'm liking it, man.
Yeah,
I'm liking it.
Give it time. Marvel and DC to reprint some of their crossovers. So I know the ones that they are going to be reprinting into an omnibus.
2 omnibuses. I'm looking at this right
is
now.
Definitely the Marvelverse DC.
Right. Well,
because they did 2 Marvelverse DCs, and then they did the one where it went into the
You got it. You're almost there.
Amalgam.
No.
Damn.
Amalgam.
Damn, I was close.
Yeah. So DC and Marvel used to do this all the time. They used to have crossovers, like X-Men and Teen Titans, and Spider-Man and Superman and
Justice
Batman,
League,
Daredevil, like a whole bunch of that stuff. So
Punisher and Batman was one.
So they're going to release 2 different omnis. One is called DC vs. Marvel, and it's just the crossovers. It's just the Batman, Captain America, Batman, Punisher, Batman, Spider-Man, Daredevil, Batman, Darkseid vs. Galactus, Green Lantern, Silver Surfer, Hulk, Superman, X-Men, Teen Titans, Punisher, Batman, Silver Surfer, Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, and I don't know, I can't read, this guy's face is on top of the thing. And then they're going to do a second one with all the amalgam stuff.
Yeah.
Which I'm very hyped for.
That's the one that I'm more excited for.
That was deep in the lore, deep in the comics when I was...
When you just started,
yeah. Because, of course, the comic...
A young warthog.
When I was a young warthog.
Nice.
Thanks. What the Amalgam universe was DC and Marvel comic business after, I would say, X-Men 1 and Death of Superman they tanked because everybody was trying to chase that whole, like, oh, it's the number one, here's a holographic cover, try to boost up the sales, and they would print, nobody would buy it, so the comic companies were just kind of floundering. It took Marvel to declare bankruptcy, and then eventually get picked up by Disney, and DC to get picked up by Warner Brothers. That basically helped buoy those companies. But the Amalgam Universe was, they did a 50-50 split of DC heroes and Marvel, or DC characters and Marvel characters, and I think you could vote in Wizard Magazine to see who would win. But they then released 2 waves of, I think maybe 10 titles each, or something, 12 titles each, of mashup characters. And we're talking about, like, Super Soldier, which is Superman and Captain America, Darkclaw, Wolverine and Batman, Spider-Boy, Superboy and Spider-Man, and just the list goes on and on and on.
My favorite, one of my favorites was Doctor Strange Fate.
Doctor Strange Fate, yeah. Doctor Strange Fate. Doctor Fate, fun.
It's like, wow, you want to talk an OP fucking character?
Sure, yeah.
Holy shit.
And it was Charles Xavier, too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, go figure. Like they went deep into this lore. There's also trading cards that came out, too.
Yes.
And the trading cards treated the universe like it always existed, which was so cool. Like, it talked about crossover events, like mashed up crossover events, like the Infinity Crisis on, I don't know, but you know what I mean? Like, it took all that shit and melded it together. And it says that Omni's going to have more, so I'm thinking it's going to have art and shit from the cards, maybe talk about, like, I don't know, some sort of history, like, what happened, actually? Like, how did Diana team up with Frank Castle and not be Wonder Woman anymore?
Right.
Because then that was Storm. And she was Amazon. Like, shit like that, man. It's crazy. I like stuff like that.
Yeah, it was fucking bananas.
Yeah, but, I mean, who thought that this was going to happen?
Not me.
Not me either.
Moving on to movies.
Blue.
The Phantom Menace is turning 25 and coming back to theaters May 3rd.
Oh, that's Revenge of the Fates. Yes. So, that means you boys are going to have to do a Star Wars prequel episode. Talk about the Star Wars prequels.
I'm alright with that.
We'll probably do some RudeBoyz Go to the Movies.
Ooh.
Because we only ever did the holiday special and A New Hope. We didn't do any other Star Wars movies. We didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm taking your word for everything.
Okay. So we got that.
Probably the worst fucking thing to do.
No, stop. Come on. Trust me, baby. So we got that coming.
As you're changing the fucking notes as we talk.
I'm not doing... No. I might have just tapped it to move it. That was it. What else we got, Tony?
Moana 2 is happening, and it's coming out this November. That's cool.
Yeah.
I think Moana.
I think so did I. I think this is just like Disney really trying to recoup some of its... It hasn't not had a great year.
No.
With Disney Plus subscribers falling off, and the Marvel movies not making as much bank as they would like, and the in-house Disney stuff, including Pixar, not making as much bank as they would like.
Yeah.
And Bob Iger saying everything's too woke, basically. So he's just like, here's a Moana movie coming out this year. Shut the fuck up. Leave me alone. And yeah, Moana's great.
Yeah, did you see the Mickey Mouse ears on the back of The Rock's shirt last night on SmackDown?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, on the bottom. It's like, there were 3 circles, like, and I was like, that's the fucking Mickey Mouse emblem.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I own The Rock. Uh-huh. You're mine, you little bitch.
Get over here.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
All right.
Rumor, Nick Cage to play a live-action Spider-Man noir.
Speaking of things that are just falling off a cliff, we're going to talk about this next episode. We'll talk about that in the outro, but Sony's handling of their Spider-Man ancillary properties has been a mess. We are not personally fresh from Madam Web, but the world is fresh from Madam Web, and hopefully we'll come back to you next episode, Nation, to talk about it. We'll see, because that is technically research.
I am totally loving, like, just the reactions, and how Dakota Johnson is like, be like, oh, the script was reworked last minute. That's
I mean,
why
I believe
this movie's
that.
so...
I mean, maybe the script wasn't even worked in general. We're going to have to see. We're going to have to find out and get our own personal opinions on this thing. But it ain't looking too good.
No.
But Nick Cage playing a live-action Spider-Man noir, that could be neat.
Actually...
The idea is, of course, not necessarily the execution, because, you know...
Sony needs to get executed.
Wow. There you go with that.
Moving on to good things, though.
Yes.
Fantastic news! The Fantastic Four cast official!
Yes, happy Valentine's Day, which was what they said.
Yeah.
From the Richards family, from the Fantastic Four. We finally got... This is a fun little announcement of the cast for the upcoming movie, Fantastic Four, whose date I am pulling up right now. So, Tom, talk about the cast a little bit.
As Mr. Fantastic, you have the very talented but very hotshot casting choice of Pedro Pascal.
Okay.
I feel like it's a hotshot casting.
I mean, I can agree with you. I think he's good.
Oh,
Don't get me wrong. That's neat. Sorry.
You have Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, which I've never seen her in anything.
I think she was in a Fast and Furious movie or something like that.
She was in the Mission Impossible.
Maybe. Oh, that's what I'm thinking.
She was also in the show The Crown.
Okay. They're about 10 years apart. That's, I would say, accurate for any sort of love interest between Reed and Sue.
Yeah. And then you have Joseph Coyne from Stranger Things.
Right. He played Eddie. Eddie, thank you.
Playing Johnny Storm.
Johnny Storm, I'm cool with that.
Good choice.
Yep. Around the same age as Tom Holland, so give me what I want, please, Marvel Studios.
You're not getting it.
Shut up. And the fourth gentleman, Eban Moss Bacroc?
I don't know.
He's a gentleman in the Bear.
Yeah.
He won also an Emmy for Best Supporting Actor for The Bear.
Okay.
Good guy, funny guy.
Okay.
He was also in that fucking
Still need to watch The Bear.
It's good. He was in that Jennifer Lawrence movie as a side character. No Hard Feelings.
Okay.
But he's good. He's funny. You know, I like that. And he's a Jew. You casted a Jew.
Okay.
As a Jewish character.
Yep.
Great job, everybody.
Good job.
But I think we got to talk about how it was announced, like the whole... We put this up on our Instagram, instagram.com/RudeBoyz469, and we did ask you, everybody is hype for the casting. The vibe you get from the picture, very 60s. You got Herbie, and you got a lot of look that, you know, they are space explorers, astronauts. There's a Time magazine that the Thing is reading. Johnny Storm got the cool guy sitting like a
lounge.
He's sitting like a principal.
Yeah.
You know, like,
how
do you do, fellow children?
The
and then you got Sue and Reed. You know, just
being Sue and Reed.
Yeah. Reed's really got to be a prick, I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want him to be nice. He's got to be like, no, science. He's got to be like...
I think he has to be a prick at first and realize that he's about to lose everything.
Like his family.
Yeah.
Which, again, that's what the Fantastic Four is all about.
Yep.
It's Marvel's first family.
Yep.
Like you were saying, all fair. I mean, that's what they are. But he's really got to be just like... Science. My favorite Venture Brothers bit when Stephen Colbert...
Science pussy.
Well,
science.
Unless you're the fucking... who's the guy who played it in the 2000s?
Oh, Ian Gratfield.
He was going to get both. Remember, he was in that club, and he was, like, bouncing like a ball. He was like, ladies...
Look at me!
Look at my dick fingers. Did I make that up? I think I did.
You probably didn't. Those movies are... We should go to the movies for those as well.
In the, Impossibles?
Yes, the Impossibles.
For Venture Brothers, when the family was about to turn on the, Mr. Impossible, he was like, what's more important than family? Stephen Colbert voices Mr. Impossible, and he just goes, science? Like, he's like, is that the right answer? Because that's all he thinks about.
Right, yeah.
I think that's really good. But that's what we need Reed to be.
Yeah, I saw this... What's that page that does, like... They do, like, 8-bit, like... Fuck it, whatever.
All right, cool. But yeah, we're excited for this.
Yeah.
July 25th, 2025.
Nice,
We got some time before we get to that same month as Superman Legacy. So this is also going to be the first time a Marvel and DC movie have gone head-to-head since, I think, Ragnarok and Justice League.
Okay.
Yeah. Interesting. Hey, listen. I'm cool with that.
Marvel will get all my money.
Give me all my money. In honor of this, let's take the shot in honor of this.
Yes.
And then this will be the last of this drinky drink.
The hothead.
Clink, clink.
Clink, clink.
Yeesh. Yeah, that's not great.
Somehow it got worse.
Probably because we're just sitting.
Blah!
Trailer talk.
Blah! Blah!
Woo!
Yika. Yuck.
Trailer talk.
So during the Superb Owl,
Mm-hmm.
a little
right, like, right after kickoff, like it was early.
Yeah, well, they do that every time.
Do they? I figured they'd want to.
Dude, I'm surprised.
Stretch that out and then wait till the end.
I'm honestly surprised this didn't drop like prior, because like that seems to happen every time. They're like, "Oh, this is going to be airing during the Super Bowl." Oh, it got spoiled. Here it is online.
That does happen.
I'm fucking so surprised.
Marvel's pretty good. I have to say, Marvel's pretty good with keeping their shit on lock. They can't stop leaks.
Then you got then you have fucking like Star Wars, where they're like, "Yeah, this shit got leaked. Here you go."
Right.
But they showed a trailer for a little movie called Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yes. July 26th of this year, the only MCU movie coming out this year.
Yep. In theaters. We don't know about Disney Plus or anything.
Oh, yeah, no. I was saying it theatrically released.
Yeah. Looks good.
I think so, yeah.
Definitely looks better than Deadpool 2. I always gotta take the Deadpool 2 jab.
You definitely always do.
Sorry.
Yes, it's all good. It happens.
You didn't actually get to see Wolverine in the costume.
I mean, you've seen it leaked everywhere. I know. I understand, yeah. I'm surprised they just didn't wear like.
I would have liked to have seen a cleaned up, like, you know, because like, you know, it being on set, you're like, are they? I don't know. I would have liked to have actually seen it like in the trailer.
Right. Well, but they got to give you something, man.
Yeah.
They got to give you a little something. It's still a couple months, so there'll probably be one more trailer, I'd imagine. There'll probably be. It's Deadpool, and now it's Marvel money, so there'll probably be like weird parody things of this and that. You know what I mean?
I'm more
like how Fox ran it the first time.
Yeah,
they're gonna do it again.
Like with the trailer, like you're already seeing like taking shots at the MCU, taking.
You kind of need that. That's what Deadpool does. Though.
No, I know. Which I just don't want it to be overdone. You know, did they say they didn't give a rating yet?
They didn't officially give a rating, but I mean, I think everybody's been saying it's going to be R.
Okay,
because like that's what worked.
So it'll be the first MCU R.
Correct.
Movie.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that is correct.
You know, people are speculating that, you know, the Wolverine that you see in the white tux jacket is Daniel Radcliffe as Wolverine. Oh boy! So you have a whole bunch of variants, basically. Yeah. It's interesting. So, I mean, we'll talk about the trailer. It looks like it picks up after Logan. Wade changes stuff in Deadpool 2. So he time travels everything back to everybody's not dead. Yeah.
And they're celebrating, they're having a great time. Then he gets picked up by the TVA.
Right.
And it looks like the TVA wants Deadpool to go into... What the fuck was that realm called? Like, the world at the end or some shit? Like, what Kingdom Hearts nonsense? Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts.
And he's apparently going to be fighting, or... This is where you're going to get all your fucking cameos and your wink, wink, nudge, nudges.
I wonder if he'll eat the Channing Tatum gambit.
You might. People are saying that that's who's sitting at his on his the poker table with Patch. Basically. Okay. And also maybe Mr. Fix-It. You know what I mean? Like all these other.
Right.
You're going to get a ton of references in here, which I think is pretty neat. Because now it's Deadpool and now it's Marvel money. Like now they can do that.
Yeah,
shit.
It's like a video game unlocking all the video game costumes now.
Basically, yeah. And this is where you're going to get your Jennifer Garner.
My shyness is
stop. Your Jennifer Garner Elektra. You're going to get maybe your Taylor Swift Dazzler. You're going to get your.
Are we getting Are we getting Ben Affleck as Daredevil again?
You might. I mean,
that shit was. I don't know. Daredevil wasn't as bad as everyone makes it out to be.
Did we do go to the movies on that? I think we did, right?
I think we
yes,
did.
We did. We did for a Daredevil episode.
Yeah.
But that's what it seems like it's going to be. It's going to be him just kind of like, it's going to be like a fun like I never read Deadpool's Secret Wars, but it sounds like that's what it's going to be. It's just going to be a Deadpool story in like a romp through the Marvel universe, you know, like which whatever. That's what the comic is to me. You know, like I don't want to see him go on a mission. Like I don't give a fuck about that. Like we did that already.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. He's got the opportunity to do this. This might be the only one. We'll see. So I don't know. Go fucking nuts.
I wonder if.
And it'll save the MCU, everybody. Yay!
I wonder if.
Tom's eyes rolled into the back of his skull when I said that.
Goobers, man. Bunch of chuds.
I
wonder if Deadpool's creator will weasel his way into there. Rob Liefeld. Yeah.
What's that? Ooh, it's a checkbook. It's a checkbook.
Did you see he's retiring from drawing Deadpool?
Liefeld can suck a dick, man. Who cares?
Who do you hate more, Rob Liefeld or Todd McFarlane?
I don't hate any of them. I just think they're just
Who do you dislike
lames.
more? There we go.
I guess Liefeld.
Yeah, he's such a fucking... You want to talk a chud.
Yeah.
There you go. That dude's a chud.
Yeah, like he's living in the past and also like just disavowing it, whereas like Todd McFarlane's like still doing Spawn, you know?
Yeah.
Like, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's keep it Blitzkrieg.
Sure. Fucking guy. TV.
TV talk.
Get ready for Six Knuckles. On April 26th. I don't know what that means.
That's the Knuckles show, Tom.
I
6
understand.
episodes worth of Knuckles.
Oh, okay.
Why did I open up the fucking train app? Because it's the same color as the docs. Yes. So this is the Knuckles show, voiced by Idris Elba. And also
I wish it was
Sonic
called
and
The
Tails.
Knuckles Show.
The Knuckles show, starring Knuckles. And this year also getting Sonic the Hedgehog 3, so it has the funniest opportunity to do a Sonic 3 and Knuckles joke.
Yeah.
When they release it eventually on physical media. But, yeah, just more Sonic stuff. I think it doesn't look as good as... I mean, it looks as good as the show. It just, to me, doesn't seem very... It seems like a very side story.
You
like
mean
it's not
it looks as
necessary.
good as the movies?
That's what I mean. I'm sorry. Yes, it looks as good as the movies, but,
Right.
like, it's also, like... Do I give a shit?
No.
But, I mean, I have Paramount Plus, so I might as well watch it.
Why not?
Yeah, exactly. So...
Get fucking 6 Knuckles deep, man.
That's it.
Get a 12-pack deep, followed by 6 Knuckles.
Speaking of getting deep...
Ooh, man.
Trailer talk.
Trailer
TV,
fucking
big MCU talk.
So, March 20th.
Mm-hmm.
Little shows is premiering on
Right.
Disney Plus.
Right.
X-Men 97.
La, 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 la.
Fucking finally, man.
I know. It's been on our hype list for 2 years.
Like, you gave me that, like, you sent me that picture. I was like, okay, cool. And I was in the middle of typing, cool, where's the fucking trailer?
Right.
And then you hit me with the trailer. I was like, holy
You know what's funny? I was like on
shit.
TikTok, just scrolling, like, my feed.
Yeah.
And then it was like 7 minutes ago. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, oh shit. So then, like, I was like, I had immediately sent it to you.
Yeah. Oh my god, it looks really good.
Yes.
I dig the look. I definitely dig the whole like 90s look. That they're that
with
they have.
with the how the trailer was set up. Oh, you mean the actual art and characters?
Yeah.
Right.
Like you got the classic of them playing a sports game like they've done.
Yes. Sports game.
Well, no, like they're always playing basketball or
Yeah.
baseball in the
Yeah.
90s. You kind of get to see the trial of Magneto, like because he's like.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've unfortunately seen a lot of art and a lot of
Yeah.
figures and a lot of release material for
Right.
this. So we've seen Magneto in the trial of Magneto costume. I think it was like X-Men 200 or some shit. Yeah,
costume.
it is, but it definitely stands stands apart from his his classic
normal,
look.
yeah.
I gotta say, well, first I'll say this. I think at least the voice actor they got for Cyclops sounds superb.
Yes, agreed.
He passed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
There is a handful of. Let me see if I can pull this up.
And
real
the
quick.
voice actor for Magneto also passed.
He also passed too, and I don't remember Magneto's voice as vividly as I remember Cyclops'.
Right. Yeah.
So that's why.
Well,
I was
because
like,
Magneto
all
was
right.
in what? I think a total of like
He wasn't in a lot of
12 episodes or
Yeah.
some shit out of the 70 plus.
Yeah, something like
Cyclops was more or less in all of them. In
Well,
one
yeah,
form or
true.
another.
And I mean, he did voice like a lot of these characters. A lot of these voice actors voiced their characters in like the Marvelverse, or the X-Men games or the Marvelverse
Yes.
Capcom games. So like those are stuck in my head. Optic Blast. And
You also see apparently Jean Grey is pregnant.
Yes.
Which I don't think that's Jean Grey.
Oh, right, because we know there's a Madeline Pryor.
And Sinister is going to be the villain.
Right.
So, I was trying to explain that to
here it is, right.
I was trying to explain that to my younger brother. I was like, dude, I think that's Madeline Pryor.
Yeah, because we know there's a Madeline Pryor figure. So
because if we're getting, Cable at one point,
right? I mean, we got Cable in the anime, the original run, right? So, as far as voice actors are concerned, the characters who have returning voice actors, Wolverine, Storm, Beast, Nightcrawler, Mr. Sinister, and Rogue, those are all coming back. There are a few voice actors and actresses who are coming back but voicing different characters, whether because they are just too old or, maybe they can't do a full length season, yeah. So, I mean, you're going to get new voice actors, obviously in Cyclops and Magneto, Jubilee, Gambit, etc., etc. But all those are for just the reasons of, I guess just to make a show, that's it. But I'm excited for that. I think the action looks really cool, especially when, Storm's going fucking apeshit and Gambit does the fucking shit with Wolverine.
Charging his fucking claws,
his skeleton guy.
Who the fuck thought of that?
Apparently that happened in the Ultimate Universe.
Probably.
And apparently he also, blew off Daken's arm. Gambit did. Because I guess he's charged his skeleton up and his fucking arm blew off or something. I don't know. I'm just repeating what I've heard, which is very ignorant.
No, you're right.
But I think in the Ultimate Universe, Gambit said it was I'll charge your skeleton up right now and just blow you up.
Yeah, Gambit wasn't a good boy in the Ultimate Universe.
But very excited, very hyped for that.
Yeah, very hyped, I think.
That'll do it for Blitzkrieg News, but should we do another...
You want to do the X-Men one?
We'll do X-Men drink, yep.
Cool, yeah. I'll bet more about X-Men.
Alright, well, you can tell who's in the mouth.
Oh, who's gonna be in our mouth this time?
So...
Oh, this is a sipper.
This is a Wolverine drink.
Oh. Is this one we've done before?
No.
We've done a Wolverine one.
We have done a Wolverine one before, yes. That's correct.
Okay.
Let's see if we can do this right.
It's going to be blue.
That's black. So this is more of the, original...
Okay.
Yellow and black.
Looks root beery.
Again, it was in the freezer. I'm going to try to layer this bad boy, but I might have fucked it up because of the... being in the freezer, but let's find out. Whoa, X-Men,
the sweetest thing. Just fuck. I cannot wait for this goddamn show.
Oh no, dude, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
You're gonna like it.
It's looking very much like. Do you remember? What was it when they?
Yeah, don't kid me because it's that cold and thick right now. That's what she said.
Yeah. Do you remember the?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when they would be playing the X-Men cartoon on Channel 11?
Uh-huh.
And the end theme song was that anime style. That's kind of what I'm feeling like. This is very it has the classic look, but at the same time it's almost very anime-ish. Which
especially the action sequences.
Yeah.
I think that looks pretty cool. This is a little more slushy than I expected. Because I did put it in the freezer. It is juice, yeah. So this is a kind of a layered screwdriver.
Okay. What's the brown?
The brown is... You're not going to like this. The brown is Kahlua.
Okay.
And Jaeger.
Okay.
It's not that bad, actually.
I
did have a sip.
I don't have a total problem with Jaeger.
Right. So this is actually a little more slushy than I expected because I did put it in the freezer. But the top part is orange juice and gin. So it's it's like a surly screwdriver, they call it, which that's pretty much... so we're going to have to get through the orange and then get through this part. So, but I'll clink it up. It's definitely more slushy than I expected. I didn't get any of that. This might not work out, I'm going to be completely honest.
Chris.
Yeah.
Is it more slushy than you were expecting?
It's definitely more slushy than I was expecting.
Not sure. I'm not sure if it is.
And keep hacking away at it. But it's a sipper, like you said.
Yeah.
And that
is all we have for Blitzkrieg.
It's okay.
I might get a fucking piece of ice in the eye.
Tom.
Chris.
Tom.
Chris.
Tom.
Chris.
Tom.
What have you been up to?
For RudeBoyz CatchUp, you say?
Yes.
Oh, yes. In between playing, from what I saw, 35 hours of Ghost of Tsushima. And that game is fun. That game is just, oof, that is a really good game. I am on furlough, so I wanted to try to bang out some couple games I've just been backlogging. Just wanted to kind of pick up the games, man. It's almost March, so I gotta, get some fucking games out there, bro. Everybody who's anybody saw, in honor of our Mega Man X last episode of the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus, I went to our Twitch, twitch.tv/RudeBoyz469, and I played through Mega Man X, one of my favorite games. I played it on the Switch, I played it through the Mega Man X Legacy Collection, I played it on easy mode, because fuck your life, and it's just a great game, I played it with the Super Nintendo controller, which was, I think, a little more problematic than not, because, my hands are just not... video game controllers have come a long way from the olden days.
Right, yeah, I mean, we are a bit of Mongos now.
That's true, yes. Mongoloids?
Yeah.
Yes, we could say that. Why not? We are those.
Yeah.
But that is just a really good game. If you missed that stream, the entire playthrough is on our YouTube page, youtube.com/@RudeBoyz469. So check that out. I still hope to get through at least X2. I've never played X3. I'll give it a shot, you know what I mean? But I'm definitely going to need a man in the chair to help me out with that, because I am not that familiar with those games as much as I am with Mega Man X.
I will be your man in the chair.
He is my man in the chair right now, so I like that. I finished up Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. I know last episode I was a little down on the game because of how some of the missions were laid out, but I think a lot of the good outweighs the bad.
Right.
And people say that this game is outstanding. People say this game is like a 9 out of 10. I would put it probably like a 7.
Okay.
Because, first off, I think the platforming is great. The game is very smooth, just general playing through it. Combat is good. The powers are fun. The very tough platforming sections that they give you, once you kind of piece through what you have to do, you feel like a fucking god. Right. You're just you get these powers where you can air dash, and you can leave in it's like a shadow of yourself.
Right, yeah, you were saying
and then
that.
You can go someplace else and then warp back to that shadow. You know what I mean? It's almost
Luigi.
just like Luigi, exactly. So there's this point, Tom, and some of these powers you'll be like, oh fuck, I forgot I had that power, and then the thing just makes perfect sense. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There's this part where you're hanging on a platform, and there's this spike wall that's coming back and forth. So you gotta wait till it gets all the way, you jump towards it, put a little shadow there, jump back, so when the spike wall comes on the other side, you can teleport to this, so now you're on the other side of the spike wall. You know what I mean? It is pretty clever, and again, it's something I'm like, how the fuck do I do this? And I'm like, oh right, I have a power just for this, The cutscenes go crazy, when you're fighting your former brothers in arms or these other characters, it gets real anime. People are doing these fucking crazy Dragon Ball Z moves, which you wouldn't think that in a Prince of Persia game.
Do they take forever to power up?
Not really.
Okay.
Which is cool. So it was a lot of fun in that regard too. But the fact that it glitches, the fact that it sometimes just doesn't run as smooth as you would think. I've had a couple soft resets I had to do for the game. It reminded me a lot of playing through Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, where, from beginning to end, I had a great time. However, this game ain't polished. Right. This game is not like a Nintendo didn't put this out. Metroid Dread did not glitch this bad.
Yeah, it can benefit from a patch.
I think, yeah, and I know they're doing patches to it, but I would say listen, I don't even know if I would recommend this to you, Tom, only because it is a very fast-paced game. Not to say that you're not into that, but I mean, you like Symphony of the Night, but this outpaces Symphony of the Night a lot.
Okay.
So you really got to be on top of fucking everything. You know what I mean? And sometimes the combat does get a little cheap, but once you figure out your combos and stuff like that, then it is nice, But I don't know. I think there's too big of a hurdle to overcome to get to that good stuff.
Okay.
For maybe you. For me, I was able to be like, all right, let me keep going through it, because I'm like, whatever. So
makes sense.
That's just me. I had like the itch of Metroidvania, so I wanted to play another one. And on Game Pass, they had Hollow Knight.
Okay.
I did not like Hollow Knight.
Really?
Like,
okay.
I maybe gave it like an hour and a half. It's just a little too slow for me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to say I don't need it fucking turbo speed, but I'm like, this is a little slow. I'm a little impatient. You know what I mean? And like, there's a big drawback when you die. Like, you lose all your money, and like, you basically have to go back. And
so it's almost like a roguelike.
Kind of like a roguelike. Kind of like, remember Shovel Knight, where like you would lose some of your money and you'd have to go collect it. Kind of like something like that.
Gotcha.
But like, it seems like it's a very old school Metroidvania. Like, you basically have to like, you have to buy your maps, and then you have to buy all your stuff to make the maps as you go, which is like interesting, neat, but like, nah, not for me.
Well, I just saw that if you want that Metroidvania itch on Game Pass, they just put Bloodstain.
Oh yeah, Bloodstain. I play Bloodstain.
I know, but I'm saying if you want,
get back into it, maybe. Because I played it on Switch.
It's up on Game Pass.
I did see that. Yes, you're right. I gotta play those 8-bit ones. Those ones are fun. And then to wrap it up with my game plans, do you remember Netflix has games? Is that something that consciously goes through your head?
No, it doesn't.
It is a thing.
I know they have the trivia one.
No, I'm not saying like you log onto the Netflix app. I'm saying like on your phone.
Oh, yeah.
If you have a Netflix subscription, it will allow you to download certain games for free. Mm-hmm. And one of the games I downloaded for free, which I was looking at for a bit, was called Storyteller.
Okay.
Storyteller is a puzzle game where what it does is it gives you like a very vague title, like The Prince Receives a Kiss, okay? And you have settings and characters. And all your characters have certain attributes, and all your settings give these characters something to do. So what you have to do is, and this is like a Snow White tale. A lot of it is seeped in like fable stuff, or even like like Edgar Allan Poe or something like that. Like like it's tropey kind of stuff. You know, like you're like, oh, I don't know who the queen is, but like you know what a queen is. You know, you might not know what the not the Wicked Witch, but the witch does, but you know that if she's by a mirror, the mirror is going to say, Snow White is prettier than you, so now she's going to be mad at Snow White. Right. You know what I mean? So that'll give her reason to curse Snow White, which means then that'll give reason for the prince to kiss the frog. You know what I mean? Like it's these weird like
belongs to
kind of like you have to like set up a scene, and then that scene dictates what happens to the characters.
Okay.
But then you have to then put everyone in the right scene. Like, it is really interesting. Some of the puzzles, though, are very obtuse. Like, in order to get through the main game, I really just had to look it up. Because it was like, I don't understand how some characters... Like, if I wanted this character to be mad at a character, I don't know how to do that, given the tools you gave me. Like, how do I make this one guy mad at this other guy? But I could do that if, like... he fell in love with someone else, so then that scorned this one. You know what I mean? Like, there's weird intricacies in it. It's a lot of trial and error. It looks cute. I think it plays like shit on the phone, because like I'm clicking and dragging and then also swiping the game closed, because I'm like, my fucking Neanderthal hands are just, swiping, and I'm like, close the app. Like, alright, cool. I guess I'm done with that for now.
Good toilet game, it sounds like.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you have access to it. If you download Netflix on your phone, you can download apps through it, so... There you go. And that's what I've been up to, Tommy. What have you been up to?
I have been up to... I've watched a couple of things.
Cool.
A documentary on Netflix.
Sponsored by Netflix.
It's called The Greatest Night in Pop. It's
starting to blend. The Kahlua and the orange juice. Sorry.
See, the Jaeger and the Kahlua. Tastes. It does taste like root beer.
It does, yeah. I was afraid of that. This is the end of my orange gin, which is not good. Yeah, I got rid of that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry, continue. The Greatest Night in Pop, right? It's called. So is it it's a movie?
It's a documentary. Okay. So, the song back in the 80s, "We Are the World."
Yes.
It's a whole documentary of how Quincy Jones got them all, like everyone together, and like, you know how, because it was like he was able to get everyone together, like it was like the night of the Grammys. Everyone was in town, so you know you have like, you know, it's cool because like you're seeing like all the different like celebrities like coming together, and it's actual footage. It's not like, you know.
It's not like people dressing up.
Right, exactly.
Reenactments.
Exactly.
So, like, who were some of the celebrities, Tom?
Cyndi Lauper, Michael Jackson, Willie Nelson,
Paul Simon, right?
Paul Simon was there.
Stevie Wonder?
Stevie Wonder, who was a little fucking pushy. Stevie Wonder was a little pushy, man.
I mean, the man's disabled.
Like he wanted this whole, like, part, like one part, like, singing in Swahili, and they were like, and all the white people are like, I'm sorry, what the fuck are we saying? Like, I
gotta check this out. I'm very curious.
I dug it. I think you and your girlfriend would like it.
Yeah, I think I put it on our queue. Because that was something I heard about. And I was like,
I enjoyed it.
Nice.
And it's a documentary, like, very well done. Lionel Richie was a huge part of it as well. Which I thought Lionel Richie was dead.
At the time? Oh, you mean making this movie right now?
Yeah, I thought Lionel Richie has passed.
Oh, no, I think he's still alive,
Yeah. I think Little Richard was involved. Like a whole...
Trying to be bad, right?
Yeah. And, you know, Bruce Springsteen was there. Like, it's like, wait, Bruce Springsteen, Michael Jackson, all in the same... Like, Bruce Springsteen and Michael Jackson are singing together? That's fucking weird.
I mean, it happened.
Like, I know.
I mean, it's crazy.
But, like, even, like... But it goes into, like, you know, their, you know, the whole group, like, the whole chorus, like, We Are the World.
Right.
And then... Children. Yes. And then it goes into... like, in teams of 3 of singing, like, different parts of it.
Okay.
Then, of course, you have people who are like, oh, well, that's not in my range. And, like, you know, so it was, like... Some drama was like, you know, you see,
and
then it goes in, and then it went into the people who were doing the solos.
Okay.
So, which was pretty cool.
All right, interesting. Yeah, I gotta check that out. How long was it? Was it like a 90-minute thingy?
It's like hour 45. So,
nice.
It's good. I think your attention span can handle it.
God willing.
I know.
What else you got? What else have you been up to in this crazy world? You call CatchUp.
I watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Feet the movie, yep.
Yeah, this was his foot opus.
His foot opus.
Yeah, yes. This was like, I love feet.
He does.
Give me all the feet. Brad Pitt, really fucking good in it. Leonardo DiCaprio, fucking amazing in it.
He won the Academy Award in what, Remnant, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, getting banged by a bear.
Banged or gang banged by a bear, or both?
A bear
did things to him.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Okay. Yeah, but that's what he won for, and he didn't even thank the bear.
I don't think the bear survived.
During his, you still should have thanked him.
That should have been if Conan was a thing. That should have been a thing. Conan should have been in the audience as a bear. Like, the masturbating bear, everybody. That's a time period.
So me and my sister-in-law were watching this, and we're like, this doesn't...
That was the song that you used to masturbate to. Do you not know the masturbating bear? Hang on, let me hit the brakes on this. Do you not know all of the masturbating bear? You don't? No. That was a character on Late Night with Conan O'Brien, who would just be a bear. And it was like a dude in a bear costume, wearing like
I thought it was a
an
fucking
actual
real bear.
No, it wasn't. Well, I mean, maybe they treated it as such, but no. Like, it would just be a bear wearing like these big pair of tighty whities and had like a kickball in its crotch, right? And someone would it's because Conan came from like SNL and The Simpsons, so like it was almost like they would write scripts for a sketch for the bear, and it would be like, all right, bear, I need you to do this, and this, and this, and then they leave him alone, and then he just starts like just reverse dribbling the ball in his pants, and it would do that song, you know? I'm gonna look it up on YouTube. That's how it keeps talking.
I don't know if I can. You're taking the wind out of my sail.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, we're watching it, and we're like, this does not feel like a Tarantino movie. Like it was.
There was a lot of talking and a lot of fucking.
But it was like
a lot of fucking.
The violence wasn't there. We're like, where?
Yeah.
And then that end scene happened.
Masturbating bear.
Then.
See, Conan Classic. See right here, minute 25. Continue, Tom. Continue. Let's see if you can get through this. So, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, right? It didn't seem like a turn because it was definitely A, feat, B, a lot of yakety yak,
right? But the thing
and a lot of cinephile-y sort of oh yeah, the movies were on 70 millimeter.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah,
but
blah, blah, blah.
But then that end scene happened when they came in and broke into the house,
right?
The fuck?
I don't know what's going on. This is I think this is at the end of his when his Leno
that's
run.
The Chicago Bear.
Oh, maybe that's what they were like.
Yeah.
No. They rebooted it.
Fucking Brad Pitt using the dog to take out those motherfuckers. What the fuck am I watching?
Oh, he's wearing a yogi, a sumo wrestler yogi. I think
it's more like a yogi, not sumo.
Yeah, sumo wrestler. Watch. There you go, right there. The guy's clapping. That's masturbating bear, Tom. I'm glad you're a little.
What the?
This is when I think he was just I'm done with this fucking the Tonight Show, so I don't give a shit anymore. I think possibly.
The fuck. Anyway,
now that I completely. Did you like the movie?
I did, but so the girl who's in the pool, who fucking Brad Pitt caves her face in with the can of dog food.
Uh-huh.
When she goes into the pool and she's screaming, you see Leonardo DiCaprio go into the the tool shed, and comes out with the flamethrower. I was like, you could have found anything in that tool shed. I was not expecting a fucking flamethrower.
Honestly, well, me neither. But that was very much what is it? Chekhov's gun, Chekhov's flamethrower, because you saw that he was training with the flamethrower, and didn't he say he kept it? Did he say he kept it to Al Pacino's character?
I think so. Yeah,
Al Pacino, right?
Al Pacino, yeah.
And then he said he kept it, so I'm right, yeah. 3 hours ago, I remember him saying that, and here it is.
So we were talking.
Also, it's a long movie, so it's got to be Tarantino.
We were talking, and I was just like, "Where do you?" But the dude they got to play Bruce Lee, fucking phenomenal. He was really good.
Apparently, the Lee family did not think so.
No?
Yeah, I think I might be speaking out of turn, but I could have sworn there was some sort of controversy on his portrayal. But I don't know.
I mean, he was kind of a dick, and I never saw him like that.
Right. But he really
arrogant.
He really did teach Margot Robbie's character,
Sharon Tate.
Sharon Tate's, yeah. He really did teach Sharon Tate her action scenes.
Okay.
So that was a way to get everything to
full circle.
Yeah. But you got this character playing Bruce Lee, we might as well feature him more in this scene.
We were talking Bruce. If Bruce Lee was still alive today, he'd probably be doing choreograph and movies here and there.
Yeah, I mean, what's Jet Li doing? Jet Li's kind of retired, right?
Yeah, kind of, sort of, yeah.
Right, yeah.
I mean, Jackie Chan will just whatever.
Jackie Chan will do whatever, yeah. Yeah, probably. I think he probably would have sunsetted into doing something else, yeah.
And, his sister-in-law, she's like, Sharon Tate would not be doing anything. She's like, Sharon Tate was not a good actress.
Sharon Tate was an it girl, though, wasn't she? Or maybe not even that, right? I think maybe her most famous thing is just getting killed by the Mansons, right?
Yeah. But, at the end,
it wasn't like she was Marilyn Monroe,
Yeah. I mean, and the biggest thing was she was Roman Polanski's wife.
Right, yeah. Which I was like, oh, yeah, right.
And,
also, Roman Polanski.
Yeah. I like the whole thing.
Chinatown was cool. What else you got?
Rosemary's Baby was cool.
Oh, Rosemary's Baby he did, too, right. Did he do Chinatown? No way to know.
No way to know. I liked at the end, after the, the police leave and everything, and Emile Hirsch, who was Margot Robbie's friend.
Yeah, he did do Chinatown.
They were they were talking through the gate, and then when he was just like, oh yeah, and Margot Robbie comes onto the intercom, I was like, oh yeah, why don't you come up and meet my other two friends? And I'm like, oh no,
I don't.
But then it was the the two people that were living in the house.
Yeah.
So but then I was like, oh right, Tarantino likes doing alt history now.
Exactly. Yeah. That's kind of what that was. Hence the whole Once Upon a Time.
Well, yeah, Inglourious Bastards is alt history.
Same with Django. Django. Thank you.
Hateful Eight. I
never saw Hateful Eight.
You want to talking, dude?
That's what really is turning me off of that movie, because I couldn't get through Pulp Fiction.
And there's just like a brutal beatdown scene of Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Okay.
It's uncomfortable. You're like, oh, I don't want to watch this at all.
So Tarantino likes to sprinkle in all these little connective things.
Yes, I did catch it.
So
I did.
They were saying that the Leonardo DiCaprio's character in that World War II flick was a reference to Inglourious Bastards, and his Bounty Law show was a reference to Django.
Okay.
Because it was I guess in this universe or timeline.
Okay.
Those things took place. So now he's making movies based off of those things in air quotes real history. I think that's what they're getting at. Also, the cigarettes that fucking Brad Pitt was smoking were or they were. It was a commercial for.
Okay, yeah.
Was something else? I don't remember.
Like Red Spot or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
So another connection is that when Leonardo DiCaprio's character went over to Italy, one of the directors he was working with was it Alton Marguerite, which is the fake name that Brad Pitt had in Inglourious Bastards.
And his name was
or the other guy was named
Margarete.
Yeah.
Eli Roth?
Possibly, yeah. No, it was. So I was like, oh shit. Okay, that there's the connection. Right, I remember you were saying you were trying to find the connections when you were watching.
And I'm sure there's more.
I'm sure.
Kind of
the dude who played Elvis, he played that character Rex or
what?
Tex. So Austin Butler.
Okay. Oh, okay. Elvis in a separate movie.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry. He.
Who did he play in this movie? I forgot.
He played that guy Tex. He was the guy that went to invade the house.
Oh, okay.
Sure. And Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke's daughter was in that.
That's correct. Yeah, she was the one.
She was the one that took the car.
That was I'm bouncing.
Yep. And Kevin Smith's daughter was in it as well.
Yeah, and also Lena Dunham was in it, and Lena Dunham, the girl from Girls. She was I think the matriarch of that whole community that was out there.
Dakota Fanning.
It's one of those things where it's you know, it's just fucking you want to be in a fucking Tarantino movie?
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Sure, yeah, no problem.
Take your shoes off, get in here.
Yeah. We're gonna get those wide shots of feet.
Quentin, is there any film in that camera? What are you talking about? I'll put your toes in my mouth.
Oh, and I know
that was not a good Quentin Tarantino impression. He would have said that, but
the part that you were talking about was where you almost vomited. I almost vomited. It was when Sharon Tate was watching one of her own movies in the movie theater, and she puts her feet up, and they're all filthy looking. And you're oh, come on, wash your feet. You're rich.
I didn't. I'm just saying, that's Tarantino for you. We don't kink shame, but we'll make fun of you.
Oh yeah,
to each his own.
Yeah, it was funny though because the sister-in-law, she's like, yeah, we were talking about our favorite Tarantino movies, and she's just she's like, I'd have to say From Dusk From Dawn is my favorite Tarantino movie. I was like, he didn't direct that.
He was in it,
and I think he helped write it.
Yeah.
She's like, really?
Still Inglourious Bastards.
Reservoir Dogs is really up there. I love
Reservoir Dogs is good.
Reservoir Dogs. Why can't it be Mr. Pink? Why can't it be Mr. Black?
I gotta see Kill Bill again.
The Kill Bills are good, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are really...
Django was really good. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was really good.
Django gets it's good, but it got a little uncomfortable at times.
I think I saw it the once, and I'm like, that's perfect. I don't need to, I gotta watch this again, you know? A, problematic. B, no, that's enough.
I have all of his movies.
Right. Yeah, I just have Kill Bill and Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah. Inglourious Bastards is so good.
I think that's all I've been up to, Tommy.
I did a midnight showing of that.
Did you?
Yeah. Shit was fun. On Christmas Day.
Yeah, he does his movies on Christmas, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Indeed.
But yeah, that's all
we've been up to. Except for Trading the Backs, Volume 9. Oh, how do you want to do this time?
Well, why don't you...
Why don't we explain what we traded?
Yeah,
okay,
and then you can go first, because
you just spoke?
That, and you only read one of the volumes I gave you.
No, speak, because it's what you gave me.
Uh-huh.
You gave me 17 issues plus an annual, which is a double issue. So you basically gave me 18. I'm pretty sure that went a lot faster. How many issues did I give you? You want to do the math? You can do the math while I talk about this. So Tom gave me the complete collection, 2 volumes worth of the early 2000s book Mutant X. And yes, Tom is alluding that I only read the first volume because, I mean, even if you put these sizes up, they're going to be close together.
We did that before I left.
Come on. Okay, yeah, you read more than me, fine, but, like, if I read, then I'm going to read, like, double you. X, Y, and Z. Mutant X. This is a alternate take on the Marvel Universe. What's the setup, you may ask? Well, evidently in the 616, and I did a little research, Havok gets caught, Alex Summers, 616's Alex Summers, gets caught in some sort of time explosion where he is presumed dead. However,
which I thought it had the X Factor issue.
No,
that sucks.
Which thrusts him into a different universt.
Had to use that word, huh?
Well, I mean, he wasn't like, hey, what universe you want to get pushed into? Thrust into a different universe where that universe's Alex Summers is dying or dead or whatever.
He died.
He died.
Yeah.
So he comes to, and he's like, what the fuck is going on? It's kind of like, it has like some amnesia tropes, because it's like, cool, now we have to be reintroduced to all these characters that you already know. So he finds out that he's a member of what's called the Six. The Six is effectively this universe's, I'm going to call them the X-Men, even though the X-Men do exist in this universe. The Six are fractured takes of other 616 characters. So instead of Jean Grey, there is a Jean Grey, but I'm saying as far as a Jean Grey stand-in, you have Madeline Pryor. Cool. The Goblin Queen.
Shaka.
Sure. Infernal. That whole thing. Great. Problematic. Absolutely. You have an Iceman here who still hasn't, who is still feeling the effects of Loki's frost giant powers or whatever that basically caused him to have to wear a belt to keep his powers under control. You have the Fallen, which is the take of Archangel, who I guess was just like, who just mutated differently with Apocalypse's powers. Like, and he's more demonic, like he breathes fire, he's got like weirder powers.
Yeah. He's probably one of the cooler ones.
I think so. Oh, I'll get to all that. You got the Brute, which is Hank McCoy if he kept on experimenting on himself. So I'm talking about
to help Bobby though. That's why
I didn't catch that, but
that's why he was experimenting himself on the 616. That's why he got all hairy.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
but he keeps on mutating into like a weird, almost like hairy abomination.
Okay,
and I'm saying that like a hairy, and he's got like the fins like an abomination, and he's kind of like dumb now. And then you have Bloodstorm, who is back when Dracula bit Storm, which that wasn't an actual comic, that wasn't in a What If. And she was end up cured. She just wasn't cured, so she's still a vampire.
Yeah,
that's 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Okay. And that's your main.
Her powers get
scope of character. Yeah, because it's Storm powers plus vampire powers, which is pretty neat. Okay, I get it. Now I'm like, okay, cool. It's just like edgy. All right. There's also Scott. Alex and Madeline had a kid who they named Scotty, after Alex's presumed dead brother. So a lot of these things are it's kind of like butterfly effects, which I like because it's not like what if Storm but evil? Like, hey, remember when Storm got bit by Dracula and she was cured? What if that didn't happen? And what if Bobby didn't get cured with Loki's shit? And what if Archangel just got even further possessed?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, or what if Cyclops died?
Yeah.
So, like, okay, now Alex is the Summers brother that goes through the path that Scott almost had.
Right.
Does, in a way. And he becomes the de facto leader of the X-Men. And then what if Beast kept, experimenting on himself? So I kind of like that, like how everything kind of like like I said, butterfly affected from what goes on to that.
Right.
The premise I do like because it is a very alternate, slanted take of the Marvel universe, and I mean that as a whole because I guess the Six are, they basically explain that mutant and human relations are actually very good. So that's cool. Weird that you have they're literal demons and monsters, but okay, cool. Not like a dude that just has angel wings and he's not accepted, and this man is. But okay, whatever. But that ends up going to shit anyway. But like Nick Fury is a bastard and he's trying to attack all the mutants. Spider-Man kept experimenting on himself, has 6 arms. What other things changed? The Fantastic Four didn't actually get powers. They have suits which kind of mimic their whatever they got in the 616. Except Mr. Fantastic just gets other arms.
Yeah.
The Thing becomes like a big monster.
I think Johnny can't turn off his flame?
No, he's off of that in a few times, but I don't know.
I think Johnny
shuts that off.
I think he was the most consistent.
Right.
Like, I don't think
Ben can shut his shit off.
Yes.
Ben can like take his suit off and be a human being as opposed to just a big rock monster.
Right.
The plot between Volume 1 deals with Alex, which again is a trope that I cannot stand, and in issues of comic books where a certain amount of the comic book has to recap all the events prior, is just him being like, oh, this world is so different.
Right.
Forge, how come you don't know me? Like, you don't know this guy. How is that? This Alex lived through Inferno, lived through Brood attacks, I'm sure.
Right.
And again, like, lived through everything into our year of 2000-ish. How is he not like...
This is normal.
No, not even that. Like, the kid's like, oh, there's demons. No, there's not. Yeah, you had demons. You know who did this? Your wife. Your wife in this thing. Like, there's stuff like that where it's like, dude, like, you got pushed into a different reality.
Right.
Maybe things don't operate the same way, but he's very much like, no, this isn't normal. This isn't right. And it's like, okay, I get that. And a lot of the book is based off of that until he basically is like, you know what? Well, because what happens is Madeline Pryor ends up being bad. Shock.
No.
I think a lot of that is... this art is really just crap. I have to say, I'm sorry. I think the first issue is good art, and then the rest is not good. It's not good. Like, what is that? You can't see because of the lighting.
I do like how they allude that there was like an affair between Alex and Sue Storm.
They do reference some stuff, which is cool. Like, again, I speaking to our amalgam talk we had like a fucking hour ago. I like the fact that this universe is lived in. You know, it's not like, yes, you don't have to explain everything to me. Like, Storm with vampire powers, got it. Okay. Don't need much backstory on that.
Using Forge as a fucking feeding.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, which I'm down for, because again, like, that's a lot of you have the same connective tissue in the 616.
Yeah. And
like you know how Havok was fucking kind of mad at head over heels over Madeline and Inferno, and let's pair them off here. They talk about a clone saga over on Spider-Man's situation, because it was like Spider-Man dies. Nope, that was just one of my clones, everybody.
And he says it so nonchalantly too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, they bring in another thing I don't like.
Matt Murdock.
Yes, another thing I don't like. Going back to Inferno, going back to me reading, was it Mutant Massacre? Whatever thing had the fucking power pack in. Man, oh man, I think writing kids I don't want to read any of that. Get that out of here. I don't want any children in my comic books, especially if they're a very important part. I don't, because I feel like I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I think like I said, I think the premise is nice. I like the premise. Elektra is the babysitter, and Alex has the hots for it, because of course, it's Elektra. But I think the writing, panel to panel, page to page, not the best.
You would fucking hate Exiles then, because it's the same writer.
It's the same writer?
Judd
yeah.
Winnick,
like
right? Judd Winnick, I believe?
No, this is Howard Mackie.
Oh, Howard Mackie, okay.
Yeah. I think a lot of the art and a lot of the designs are really like, oh yeah, what they did last issue, I don't give a shit. I'm doing my own thing.
See, a lot of this art style, I believe they got the artist who was doing X Factor at the time.
Okay.
So that's his style.
This was something else. So like again, introducing new characters or like slants on characters,
or like Stingray.
Yeah, like so Stingray is like the Vision, I guess, or like some sort of like underwater Vision. Like and you have this character. What's his name?
The dude with the red and black.
Yeah, like which if they didn't introduce a Spider-Man already, I would have assumed that would be Spider-Man.
What they say his name was?
I mean, and then Firestar helps him out. So I'm like, oh, that's got to be like your Spider-Man. Vendetta, his name is. But they don't. He just shows up in this one annual, and then that's it.
Right. Yeah.
Did they do anything else with this universe outside of Mutant X? Like, did they do other spin-offs?
Not that I know of. I don't believe so. I mean, maybe Exiles. Maybe a couple of them popped up in Exiles.
Gotcha.
That's another one that I need to get. But sorry you didn't enjoy it.
It's not that I didn't enjoy it. I
downright hated it.
No, I didn't hate it either.
I'll give you volume 2 for next trading.
But I'll hang on to it.
Yeah,
and I'll save it for next time.
Sure.
Another thing, nitpicky. It's sometimes hard to follow how they want to plan the panels out, because like sometimes you want to read left to right, but then also like you gotta read top bottom.
92,000 got very weird.
Yeah, and then like there's one page in particular where like it is a double spread. But it's it's like the top page, the top left is like panel.
Right.
So you don't think it's a double page spread.
Okay, yeah.
But like
right.
it is.
Yeah.
So like you read this one page, and then you're like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like it's like some execution was a little weak, but
that was actually a really good story. The one you just passed, the
origin of Bloodstorm.
Yeah, that one I dug.
You're Vampire Mark, which I appreciate. But like, this thing too is like, oh yeah, okay, there's space aliens. Like, yeah, there was also demons in Manhattan. Like, how is that out of the fucking realm
I
of
forgot
possibility?
Gladiator was in this. There's Cyclops. I like that look of Nightcrawler, like the straight up pirate look.
Yeah. I'm assuming one of these is Mystique, but they don't talk about that. They blow them up. So.
Yeah, I also really did.
I hate this Captain America look. I think it's
yeah. That's
in the last issue. I'll say, I guess it's the art. He looks better, but that's not saying much. Cerebro, which is just like Warlock.
Because, and if I remember correctly, there's tension between Gambit and Alex. I'm like, did Alex try to sleep with
Belladonna?
Yeah. Like,
I don't know.
Like, did Alex try to sleep? Alex is just laying pipe in this universe.
I mean,
this is actually one of my favorite Havok costumes as well.
It's a pretty good costume.
It's clean, it's sleek.
And again, I'll say some of the art is really good.
Yeah.
Some, not most.
Some.
But I mean, what are you going to do? Like, I'm an art snob with that. And it ends basically with Sinister, because like now Cyclops. So the whole thing with the Goblin Queen, I stepped away from the plot. It basically is just the plot of Inferno, but just times 100. Mm-hmm. Because now Madeline Prower has access to, more power. She has more influence over...
Nexus.
Yeah, the Nexus of reality. Actually, well, no, because that was blown up or some shit.
Right.
But she basically has more influence than being, just the human liaison for the dead X-Men, because at the time they were dead in 616, but now she's like... very important. so she has better influence, and she's able to influence, the president and Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic was such a cocksucker.
Is this the first instance of a dickhead Reed Richards
that I can remember?
Right, yeah, because
because he didn't become full dickhead in the Ultimate Universe until he tried to go
that's the Ultimate Universe. That was still ways off.
Yeah, until he tried to bring in the Marvel Zombies.
Right, but that's still a ways off.
Yeah,
so I'm curious if that's the case.
I think that's like the first.
Maybe one of the first instances of like Reed will just be like, whatever, it's science, baby, science.
Fucking yeah, he's just such a.
But the premise is that the Goblin Queen tries to come back into power, doing like an Inferno times 100. Apparently, the Goblin Force was such a deeper threat to the Marvel Universe. Even Celestial, like it killed the Phoenix Force. It basically stopped Galactus. Like, it was a big deal until, I think Madeline made a deal to keep it hush-hush.
No.
Until it didn't. So then, she comes into power. They basically hand wipe it off in a couple panels, and then that's it. But then now the Shi'ar knows about it. The Skrulls are trying to attack Earth because it's like, oh, now the Goblin Force is back. That's what gets Cyclops back onto Earth, because he's the Christopher Summers of this role. He's leading the Starjammers, which are all just like, it's Ms. Marvel and Silver Surfer and Nova. And so other Galactus heralds.
Yeah, isn't
no, I think it's just the four of them.
I think, okay.
And Lockheed's on there too. Sure. So then having two Summers boys on Earth brings out Mr. Sinister, which is like, okay, like that tracks.
Yeah.
Like that's what Sinister would do. Because in the 616, he calls the plane crash to then basically try to get the boys into an orphanage to get them or something.
Yeah,
like, isn't that like the retcon?
Yeah, and the only one that was in there that got Vulcan. In there was no, Vulcan was born up in space.
Oh, so Vulcan's their little brother.
Yeah.
All right, who wasn't even created at this point.
Vulcan, so. Yeah. Vulcan is the son of Catherine Summers and the Shi'ar Emperor, D'Ken.
Oh, so she's a half brother.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, little
fun facts.
Yeah, D'Ken is like a Vince McMahon. Like,
sure.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I think that was an episode. Who the fuck is D'Ken?
Yeah.
So
what is D'Ken?
I like the premise.
Okay.
That's what's keeping me going.
Okay.
Again, the writing is just like, again, I can only do with so much like, this isn't my world. I have to get back to world. It's like paragraphs of thought bubbles of him thinking about shit. Where it's just like, Alex, just fucking do something, man. But whatever. That's the time.
Do something, goddamn.
Exactly. Yeah. And now the team is Havok and Iceman and Bloodstorm and Brute and Captain America and Gambit now. And it looks like they're going to be fighting Sinister. And if the cover is any indication, they're going to be fighting Galactus. So we'll see what happens with Mutant X.
Do they allude to what Gambit is in that?
What he is?
Yeah.
He's kind of like the king of New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's about it.
Okay.
That's all we got.
Gotcha.
We don't have anything else past that. We know that they stole his kid, who might not be his kid. I don't know. Who knows?
I like that version of Gambit.
Seems cool.
Yeah.
Right. So that's my trade in the backs.
Cool.
Tommy, what was your trade in the backs?
You gave me the Devil Reign story arc.
Mm-hmm.
So the core story.
Yep.
Devil's Reign X-Men, Devil Reign Villains for Hire, and Devil Reign Superior 4. I'm going to be talking about these in order of how I like them.
Okay, I like it.
The core title I really dig.
Okay. So this is a Daredevil centric event.
Yes, Daredevil.
Street level, well, also X-Men and some Avengers. So Marvel event.
But
it's not like
it's not
Infinity
a big, exactly.
Gauntlet thing.
It's not a big Marvel event.
It's probably smaller than King in Black. Definitely with tie-ins alone.
Oh yeah.
But even core story, it's lower than King in Black.
So Kingpin,
maybe like an Absolute Carnage level. Sorry.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
So
did you want another one of these?
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Sure, we'll do one more.
I'm not going to layer it. I'm going to try.
Huh?
I'm not going to layer it.
Okay, cool. Do you, brother. So, this pretty much spins off of, out of Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil.
Correct.
Story
which is
where
I'm reading right now.
Where I believe they Daredevil found out who Daredevil is.
Kingpin.
Kingpin.
Yes.
Yeah. Kingpin found out who Daredevil is. Shocker.
Right.
I feel like that happens like every 15 years.
It kind of does. So
whether it's his dumb girlfriend selling the secrets.
So just to give you a little background, because I did read the Zdarsky run up to this.
Okay.
That's kind of where it starts. So I guess it starts at the end of, I think it went Bendis, Brubaker, Mark Waid, Zdarsky. I think that's how the writers went.
Did Brubaker go?
Mm-hmm.
Brubaker must have done it
After Winter Soldier or before Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Probably after, I'd imagine.
I would probably say I gotta get volume 2 of that.
Matt Murdock was known as Daredevil, but now is not. Was in prison and lost his mojo. I will give you the Zdarsky run.
Oh, absolutely! I'm very.
So I just want to give you like a Cliff Notes version. Yeah. Something goes bad, and Daredevil ends up going to jail. That's why he's not Daredevil, really.
Okay.
Or if you remember in Absolute Carnage, I think he was in jail. Or maybe in King of Black, he was in jail.
Oh, shit. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah.
He ends up in jail.
He doesn't. But he basically he ends up in jail as Daredevil.
Right.
Like that's the deal. Like he is Daredevil. So that's why Elektra's running around.
I love her look.
That is a dope look.
Like, if I used Elektra in Marvel Snap, I would actually go for it.
It's a really cool...
I would actually go for that variant. But apparently, I'll get into it.
So, Wilson Fisk is mayor, and I guess he was mayor even before Zdarsky's run.
Right, so he was mayor after J. Jonah.
Okay. So he's mayor, and he did know who he didn't know who Daredevil was.
Right.
But I think they used the Purple Children or Purple Man, whatever,
something
to
purple
to make him forget,
to block it. Yeah.
Yes, as you do.
Yeah. So as soon as I read that Purple Man was involved, I was like, all right, Jessica Jones is going to be involved somehow.
Well, yeah, Street Level.
And Purple Man,
Purple Man, yeah.
So then you also have now Kingpin. He starts a war with the heroes now.
Yes.
He creates his own...
hates vigilantes.
Yeah, he starts his own Thunderbolts.
Mm-hmm.
Thunderbolts seems pretty cool. Like, I dig them.
Yeah, it goes back to the whole... I mean, the original premise of Thunderbolts was that they were villains dressed up as heroes. Mm-hmm. Now they're just straight-up villains. Yeah. It's the Suicide Squad. It's basically they're just doing Suicide Squad.
So...
whatever. Thunderbolts kill the Avengers.
Right.
Coming to a game console near you.
So then you have... So now they're going to round up the heroes.
Right.
So, like, they get Mr. Fantastic and Sue.
That's a fun arc.
Yeah.
They have.
Like, they fucking... and then Thing and Johnny just take the kids and jump out the fucking window and bounce.
Right.
So, that's pretty cool. I didn't know Sue Storm... Sue Storm's always a badass. But holy shit,
yeah, no,
dude.
she can throw down.
I'm like, okay, cool. You're like a fucking secret agent all of a sudden, and you're just gonna murder everybody for fucking with your family, which I hope we see in the movie.
I don't know if you're gonna see that in the movie, but you might.
No, but like if someone fucks
that
with
movie's
her family,
gonna end with like if it's not a time skip into the current MCU, it's gonna end with her being pregnant.
I was saying that like people are like we don't need a face for Doom, we just need the eyes and the voice.
Absolutely,
that's all.
Yeah.
And Ben Mendelsohn's like, I'm right here.
Is he the dude to play fucking the Skrull? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, if you don't see his face, then sure.
Exactly. The art in this, I mean, because as you say, your art...
Marco Cicchetto.
Yeah, very good.
Mwah.
Dude, when
he is fucking good, bro.
She fucking brains this one dude with the fucking lunch tray. Is so good. But then also you have... Really good. Then you also have Luke Cage talks to, like, the public after saving... a bunch of people, and then because like he's like a hero that doesn't use a mask.
Yeah,
like,
his name is his name.
He's
like
Power
Man, there. Sure, but he's Luke Cage.
Yeah, and same thing with like Jessica. Like Tony Stark picks them up. Oh, then there's this. You have Wilson Fisk's youngest son, I guess.
Yeah, that was something that I don't know if Zdarsky brought that up or if that was something he pulled from like a very random thing because the whole I don't know if you're going to bring up Mike Murdoch yet.
I'm about to.
I don't know if that was something that happened long ago that Zdarsky just like, oh, you know what? I'm going to pick this back up and play with it, or if he played with it, if it was his toy and he played with it. But his whole thing happens here, which is basically it's Matt Murdoch's twin brother that was manifested through magic or something like that, or like it's very.
Is it when he?
I think it's purposely like ambiguous because it might have been like a typo. Fucking Stan Lee did. He called him Matt or Mike instead of Matt or something.
I was gonna say, or is this from when he was like God Daredevil, like when he actually had
Realm of the Kings or whatever.
Yeah, like when he had like the vision from Heimdall.
That I don't know.
Okay, I didn't know, but. Yeah,
from what I understand, it comes into prominence in Zdarsky's run. Okay. I don't know if it was ever touched upon prior. There's no way to know.
It's interesting the fact that you have someone, and it, he's hiding from Mike Murdoch is hiding from Kingpin,
right?
When he's talking to when Kingpin's talking to his
because Mike and Kingpin's son are like in some sort of cahoots.
Yeah, they're like best
crime
friends,
partners, best friends. Yeah,
yeah. And I just the one thing I always love is how protective Johnny and Ben are of the kids. I always love that.
They're the uncles. They're the funkles. They're the gay funkles, man. Who cares?
Which is why fucking Johnny died.
Yeah, exactly.
Then Tony Stark shows up, being like, "Yeah, we're all fucked." Like how Tony Stark is like, "All right, come on, we're going to the Avengers Mansion," and
all the heroes.
All the heroes. Kingpin's trying to have Purple Man unlock his memory.
Right.
Then he fucking cuts off Purple Man's thumb or something. These aren't the Fenris twins, are they?
I don't think so.
I don't think they are.
May I say?
I don't.
It might be something in.
They don't say. I don't remember what their names were in the beginning.
In the beginning.
The
Fenris twins.
So yeah, Tony.
Fucking hard, man. Oh my god.
Tony Stark wants to run for mayor against Fisk.
Correct.
But when they go to...
It might be Tom, I don't know.
Yeah.
It might be like Hydra.
But then when they go to Avengers Mansion, there are kids taking pictures of them and,
They basically have found out.
Yeah, and and Luke Cage goes to them and guys, erase the fucking picture.
Yeah.
Essentially. And then they decide that they're like, yo, we want Luke to run for mayor instead. We don't need another rich white guy going against another rich white guy.
Right. Pretty cool. I like it.
I dig it.
And then Luke is like, no, I don't want to do it.
Yeah. And why isn't Peter Spider-Man at this point?
Well, no, because Ben's Spider-Man.
I'm asking why Peter isn't.
So, this is how...
Is he dead?
No, he's
retired?
in some sort of super coma. And that's why Ben is Spider-Man. This is during the Beyond arc that Zeb Wells is writing now. Who wrote before Zeb Wells?
I don't know. No. Slott?
It went Slott and then somebody else.
Whatever, he's in a stupid super coma apparently.
He's in a super stupid coma.
Taskmaster and Whiplash beat the fuck out of him.
Ben? Yeah.
Yeah. Ben sucks.
Yeah,
sorry.
I mean, it's Ben. I don't know what to tell you.
I do dig his costume, though, because he's not wearing the fucking... He doesn't look like a hobo. He probably wanted that, and the people who work for the Beyond Corporation were like, no, you're not fucking wearing that. What are you, a fucking idiot? Fucking hoodies. Sorry. Fucking, he just looks like... I love hoodies, but he looks like a fucking hobo. I hate it.
Yeah.
Don't like Miles' outfit in this either.
Oh, yeah, Miles is in the... the 10th anniversary one, right? With the weird turtleneck or whatever, the collar.
Yeah, and the hood.
Right.
Yeah, not a fan of that. Not a fan.
Yeah, I guess it was them trying to refresh it, which, don't get me wrong, it's fine. I like it, but I love this, though. I love the fact that Fisk is working with Otto, just in general. I'm sorry.
I'm going to get to that.
All right, I'm sorry.
So then we have Otto, as Chris said, working with Fisk, but Otto is working his own bullshit.
What a shock.
I know.
He's like, hey, I have a little Reed Richards shit. You want it? Yeah, I know. Why would you do that? But, like...
Giving it to anyone. Like, let's give it to Otto.
Villains can't work together,
No,
Tom. I think that's their main thing.
Fucking Ben's getting his ass handed by police. Luke is fucking doing a press conference, and Foggy's his lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Sue Storm steals a paper clip to fucking unlock the collar, which is badass.
Badass.
She really fucking is, man.
Straight up MILF.
And fucking
Mother, I'd like to fight because she wants to fight.
And Matt is he is trying so hard not to just go to Fisk and murder him.
Of course, yeah.
Like, he's really trying. I did like the whole Rhino thing where Rhino's like, I didn't sign up to kidnap kids.
Yeah.
Like, and he fucking bounces, which I love. I did like that when, like, they go to get the Purple Man's kids.
Yeah.
And Jessica's like, why don't you try beating on these kids? And has the champions with it. With
that,
her.
Yeah, that was cool, too.
I dig that.
That was like a nice reveal. Those are
she,
kids I can stand. Because they're superhero kids, not just some fucking child.
She kind of freaked out when she found out Purple Man was involved.
Oh, I mean, alright, can imagine.
Mm-hmm. Kingpin remembers all of a sudden because he has Purple Man's hand in a crystal.
He's got like a staff.
A staff,
right?
yeah.
Much like Kingpin does. He likes to keep shit in his fucking staff. So now he remembers who Daredevil is.
Yeah. Butch pretty much tells Mike Murdock, like, look...
Butch is Kingpin's son?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry.
Goes to Mike Murdock, that Matt's brother, goes like, look, this is who I am. Fuck it. I gotta start fighting dirty now, so... Causes friction between them. Kingpin sees Mike Murdock, thinks it's Matt Murdock,
right,
and fucking brutally kills him.
Yep.
Like, brutally.
I gotta say, like, Cliff Notes version, I like what Fisk goes through in the Zdarsky run so far. I'm still... So, I picked up the last 2 volumes, which I think lead into Devil's Reign.
Okay.
So, it's the start of his run up into Devil's Reign, and then it's like... Then it's called like Daredevil and Elektra or some shit.
Right.
So, like, I like where it goes because he really has... For a man who like, if you want to like look at like Michael Clark Duncan's portrayal of Fisk, like, he is untouchable, and it's when Fisk gets fucking touched is when he's like possibly even more dangerous. He
starts freaking out. Yeah,
like
kind of like how Lex Luthor is.
Yeah, agreed. That whole kind of like I don't like how it was done in Echo, but like kind of like that. Yeah. Where it was like, you're a big, tough guy, you're one step ahead of the game, but when someone got your number, whew, now you're like, you're fucking...
Watch out.
You panic.
Yeah.
And you'll see that in the books.
Yeah. And now, I forget that Kingpin and Typhoid Mary are married.
What is Typhoid Mary's powers?
She's a mutant.
Okay, well, that's a blanket term, isn't it? She has, like, pyrokinesis, but, like, she can mind control? There's no way to know.
Something like that. I think can't she also put, like, viruses out?
Hence the typhoid, right? That's what I figured.
Well, this is why Kingpin's allowed on Krakoa.
Yes, that I know.
Which is another person you don't want near fucking Krakoa.
I mean, listen, the Hickman run of X-Men... They set these rules up, and they're living by these rules. And we know now, in Fall of X,
when they
maybe should have made some exceptions.
What are
you going to do?
When they fucking tried to go after the X-Men, the X-Men are like, we're not having any of this shit. Like,
in this...
Like, the Thunderbolts...
Even in King in Black. Even Professor X was like, nah, bro, I'm good. It was only Jean who really helped him out.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, I'm worried about mutant stuff now.
Yeah, you got these blondes who want to make Fisk president now.
Okay, I think I know who you're... I think those are characters in the Zdarsky run.
Yeah, so, like, then you also... Like, apparently there was a whole thing where Elektra was actually trying to lead Daredevil away from the city.
In this?
Yeah, like, they mention it. Like, that... they mention it...
Elektra's got ulterior motives.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
Yeah, for the Fist.
Much like... Yes, for the Fist, which is the fight... which is the weapon, air quotes, team, whatever you want to call it, for the hand.
Right.
Like the thing to destroy the hand, finally.
Yeah.
They just love it. Marvel loves their motifs, man.
So
shield, sword, hammer, hands, fist.
So we're going to see Daredevil versus Punisher?
You might see some fisting. Might see a lot of fisting.
Some punishing fisting.
Okay. I'll tell you... You'll read the Zdarsky run.
Okay.
And if you want to borrow it after this, you buy it.
Oh, no. Hold on. Because I know you're saying you're starting to run out of what to give me. So, well...
I got Dark Web for you if you want next.
Next time we do...
I'm going to give you the Zdarsky.
Yeah.
Or you can just read it for fun. Whatever.
Yeah. I almost gave you the... I almost got you the Bendis run. But I'm looking at the art. I'm like, I don't know if you'd like the art.
Bendis Daredevil?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, man. I've told you, like, I love... I'm totally taken away from your stuff. I'm sorry.
No.
The blues is hitting.
That's what this whole episode's been.
I love complete runs.
Yeah.
Like, give me the Todd McFarlane run of Spider-Man. Give me that. I can read that. Done. I don't need to fucking...
Right.
Spider-Man effectively doesn't continue after that. The Spider-Man comic. Like, it does, but I just want to see that. Like, I want to see an writer's impression on... Like, that's why I just love arcs, and I love runs.
I'll have to find a look, like, the art for the Bendis, and you let me know, because...
Dude,
you're an art snob, and you may not enjoy it if you don't like the art. That's the thing.
Don't get me wrong. I think John Romita Jr. has done incredible Daredevil work because he was also able to ink his own work.
Yeah.
Hence in... what was that called? The Frank Miller... It wasn't Born Again.
That was John.
It was like the...
Well, Frank Miller drew all of his own shit.
No, but Frank Miller worked with John Romita Jr. to do a 5-issue, almost like a retelling of Daredevil origin.
Not Daredevil Yellow.
No. It was called...
Whatever.
Doesn't matter.
Look it up later.
Yep. But he did some incredible art with that because he drew it, inked it, colored it, done.
Junior sucks. He always looks like he's fucking drawing for Minecraft.
Current John Romita Jr. is not
sucks.
good. You know what people saying? Current Mark Bagley doesn't, and that hurts my heart.
I mean, I thought he did fine for King in Black.
They find a King in Black life story, I know he's doing the Dan Slott Spider-Man run. Anyway, people hate what people.
Then they
it's good.
They did a fake funeral for Matt Murdock, even though it was his brother.
Right.
I was like, wow, that's kind of shitty. I do like how
someone say it was like that was Mike like.
Yeah, Butch.
Oh, yes,
he was just like,
okay,
no, he deserves a real funeral.
Right.
And I think even Jessica was just like, yeah, he kind of fucking does. Like,
you fucked up.
Yeah. Jessica Jones adopted one of Purple Man's kids.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Cage tries to get...
Typhoid Mare was in Iron Fist? Sorry.
The show? Yeah.
And she was in Elektra?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Okay, sorry.
Tries to recruit Spectrum for his Thunderbolts.
Who the fuck is Spectrum? Monica Rambeau. I'm sorry.
So Luke Cage ends up winning for mayor.
Yes, so he is now the new, in this run, I don't know what's going on now, but
I don't know.
That's one thing, that was a rabbit hole to see who was ever the mayors of New York, and it was like Jameson and Osborne and Fisk, and Matt Murdock was the mayor too.
I'm surprised Osborne didn't show his ugly head in this. Somehow.
I mean, it's a Daredevil-focused issue.
But Spider-Man was also there.
Right.
All in all, the core story, I fucking dug.
It was really good, man.
I really did.
Zdarsky can write write some funny shit.
Peach,
she's a little,
she's good.
Good
I like her.
artist. Yes, I'm trying to look up fucking Typhoid Mary's power.
That electric costume is so fucking good.
It really is.
It's like Daredevil and her costume.
And as quick of a turnaround as they made it a fucking Marvel Legends figure of that and Chasm. Good on you, Marvel
I want
Legends.
that. I want
Toy
that.
Biz, whoever you are, making fucking figures.
Oh shit! I didn't realize the end of her side was also like grappling.
Oh, the what do you call them?
The handle.
The handle.
The pommel.
Sure. Typhoid Mary is a mutant and possesses a number of limited psionic powers. She uses telekinesis to levitate small objects over short distances, which her Bloody Mary persona often.
Yeah, she has different personas.
Oh. She has 3 separate personalities. Never mind.
You want to talk about rabbit hole?
Done.
It's like Legion. Dude, Legion. That's a rabbit hole. You do not want to fall down.
Oof. Me no fall down.
Me no fall down.
So I'm glad you liked it.
I did. I really dig this.
And I think you really will like the Zdarsky.
No, I like his shit.
Yeah. Again, the guy can write fucking Howard the Duck, and he can fucking write this, and he can write Spider-Man life story.
Yeah.
Like, good shit.
Really? I really like that whole the whole fucking root beer flavor when those.
All right, you want the rest of that, and I'll have the rest of the orange juice. Okay. All right. I mean, there's not enough of either. Yeah. So you can have
fucking whatever. Yeah.
All right, jeez.
Get on it.
Oh, yes, sir. Right,
next up, you gave me Devil's Reign X-Men.
Yes. So these were all the X-Men book times.
I fucking dug this.
Nice, good.
Did not realize that Emma Frost had such a tie to Kingpin. Like,
well, we were talking about this off air. Like, it's very. I mean, she's a socialite.
Yeah,
obviously, but when Queen, Hellfire Club,
right?
Of course, I mean,
but when she first got here,
right,
she was a mess. Like after she left her family,
right?
Like things were a mess for her. Put a fucking Union Jack into this story, like
yeah, that was a little much.
I do like the fact that like her and Elektra kind of work together.
This is kind of, I mean, I can see right there with the page you have open. Like this is a time period.
Yeah, it's a time period.
Yeah. There's flashbacks.
But not when she gets arrested by Union Jack. That's in.
Oh, really? Oh.
Because
is Union Jack part of the Thunderbolts?
No, but like they were like, "Yo, she's an international criminal."
Union Jack thing? Okay.
Well, because remember she So she made that one girl who witnessed one of Elektra's murders disappear.
Yes.
And Kingpin was just like, okay, the X-Men fucking beat me. Now I'm going to ruin someone prominent to the X-Men.
Okay.
Emma Frost.
Right.
So
she's getting, okay.
Right, so Emma Frost...
I've read these a while ago.
So Emma Frost was, like, you have Elektra, who is, like...
Classic Elektra.
The mercenary.
Yes.
Then you have, Emma Frost, who at that time in Kingpin's employ, where she was just kind of like, he was just like, I need this world leader to pass this, or this judge.
The mental manipulator.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a young lady who witnesses one of Elektra's murders.
No, I was trying to, like, smooth talk it, but no.
So then, Elektra ends up going to Emma and is like, I fucked up. I don't want to have to kill a kid.
Right.
I need your fucking help.
Right.
So, this is where the X-Men, the Thunderbolts go after the X-Men. And they just fucking punk them out.
Because the X-Men are in the Hickman House and Powers run.
Because you have Harry Leland, who's a former member of the Hellfire Club. And the big fat dude who made Wolverine, like, way more and threw him down into the sewer, and you get that classic, like, Wolverine, like, popping his claws when he comes out of the water.
Sure.
You know the picture.
So not Sebastian Shaw.
That's not Sebastian
The
Shaw.
other guy.
Right.
Okay, that's all I needed.
And not Pierce.
And not Mastermind.
Correct.
Okay.
The redhead.
Yeah, the redhead with the fucking
the mutton chop.
The mutton chops.
Yeah. Well, not mutton chops, but like the red
handlebar mustache.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Polaris just being fucking quirky. Like I love this version of Polaris. Like Hickman, I will say, like wrote Polaris.
Did Hickman write these or no? Or was this whoever? I don't know if Hickman was off at the X books at the time.
Yeah, it's whoever
was writing the X books. Right. Okay.
So many people have been writing. Like, that was the whole thing with the Krakoa era. It was like, wow, I'm back in the 90s where there's 9 X books.
Well,
I mean, it is, after listening...
Marvel wanted them back, baby, in a big way.
After listening you talk about House and Powers of X...
10.
Really? SNES?
I'm telling
Fuck
you! Marvel says that's what it's
I
called.
don't give a fuck.
Okay, fine. Alright. Moving on. I really fucking grind your gears.
Add that.
Alright, you're 2 up right now. Okay?
Alright, well.
Calm down. Calm down.
I'm calm.
Nothing about this is calm.
It is making me want to actually reread and maybe get like the big events.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know what to do with mine. Sidebar, I don't know what to do with that going forward with me. Because I'm never going to get into Dawn of X.
Don't worry.
Alright, cool.
I got you.
Dude, it's impossible to fucking get.
Right, you know? Cyclops is fucking Captain Krakoa.
Captain Krakoa!
So fucking stupid.
You know who Captain Krakoa is now?
Who?
It's the fucking Steve Rogers clone who was Captain Hydra.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they brought him back. Spoiler alert, everybody. That's because I mean, you needed a Captain America stand-in, and Captain America's already here. So
I thought it was fucking. I am interested in that Avengers Twilight.
Oh yeah, me too. That's Hickman too, right?
That seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
Or like future shit. I like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking when Taskmaster.
Did you read? I'm sorry. Did you read Dark Ages?
No.
You should read that. Sorry, continue. I gotta get that to you. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Whole episode you just
segue episode. I just asked you a question because it was popped into my head. I'm sorry. Do you want to start making this episode about me? I can't. Continue.
When fucking when Taskmaster tries to step to X-23,
right.
She's like, I don't have time for you.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
I fucking love that.
They're absolute clowns.
So yeah, he pretty much like is like, I want the papers to say that Emma Frost murdered this young lady.
Yeah.
So she's on the run. You find out that she impersonated fucking Sue Richards to get like $1 billion loan.
Sure.
Pretty fantastic.
Mason was real tickled by that.
Elektra employs Emma to be like, help me.
Yeah.
I don't want to murder this girl.
Yeah.
So Emma makes the girl disappear, goes running. She ends up she uses Spider-Man. Like she mind controls Spider-Man.
Of course. Putz.
Putz. Oh, it's Peter. It's not Ben.
No, I know, but I mean, this is also Black Suit Spider-Man, so it's like, whatever, dude. You're getting manipulated 24/7. Yeah. You might as well have another brain in your head.
Yeah, fucking. She borrows clothes from Kate, Shadowcat,
right?
And then Union Jack captures her, but then she escapes from Union Jack.
Okay, hang on, pause. Mutant X ends with Kitty Pryde. So in Mutant X, Kitty Pryde is like Bloodstorm's Renfield. Her what's the term? Familiar?
Watcher.
Familiar?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll say familiar.
In the last issue or one of the later issues, she ends up being the Black Queen of the Hellfire Club.
Yeah.
Go figure. In 616, in the new runs, she's in the Hellfire.
She's in the Inner Circle. Well,
but it's called the Hellfire,
the Quiet Council
Trading Commission, or whatever. She's part of the Hellfire. Like it's funny how oh shit, well, you just fucking called that.
Well, that was the book Marauders.
Yes, but what I'm saying is like the more modern take of her is Hellfire related, and also ninja, right? Because she was like, I'm going to be a vampire hunter. Yeah. But then she was also like, I got to be a vampire hunter.
Yeah.
It's funny how like this inadvertently has more connections to the present than ever before.
Absolutely, yeah. Because I think she was the Black Queen on the Quiet Council. Now that I'm thinking about it,
it's upstairs. I don't think.
Well,
not the original.
Right. Because there was one chair absent.
Yes.
And Emma Frost.
Katie wasn't there in the collected edition.
Well, yeah, because she wasn't, for some reason she wasn't allowed in Krakoa for a bit, and I don't know why. That's why she's like. Magneto was there.
Oh, fair, yeah. That's true.
That's why,
like
a lot of pictures you see is Kitty Pryde has like the Band-Aid on her nose because she broke her nose trying to go into Krakoa.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Catherine Pryde.
Yeah. Captain Kate
Pryde, everybody. Yeah. I don't know. I gave her a British accent.
Neither do I. You're
So
the boots are taking hold.
Queen gets apprehended by Union Jack.
Apprehended, and then she takes over everyone, and she has them carrying her on their shoulders. Here's our queen, and she escapes them. You find out that she sent this young lady to England.
Yeah. It's basically give her a new life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They reunite. And you find out that Elektra was going there secretly to train her.
Okay.
That's why she's like this chick can fucking fight.
Okay.
And Emma's like, I need you to come back to New York and let people know I didn't fucking murder you. And the girl's like, wow, it's funny. I don't hear from you for years, and now all of a sudden the White Queen needs me for something.
Right, yeah.
So, I dig that. And then you have...
Excuse me.
She's like, all right, we'll go to Krakoa tomorrow morning. But Union Jack and his cronies fucking Union Jack, man.
Did they try to make Union Jack a thing? I don't even know in this time period of comics.
He might have been he might be during Excalibur with Betsy Braddock.
The X-Men time? No, not the X-Men tie-ins. I'm sorry. The King in Black had 2-issue tie-in. It might have been Union Jack. It was some sort of British heroes thing. The dumbest. A waste of goddamn time. So
I could not make it through those tie-ins.
The tie-ins are rough, bro. That's why this is good. This just gives you it's
yeah.
The Daredevil books. I don't even actually know what I think that's just Daredevil 1, 2, 3, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then the X-Men related books.
So
Villains for Hire and Superior Force.
You reading the Zdarsky stuff?
Mm-hmm.
How much is there a repeat at all between?
Not yet. So I think the way that Marvel collected this was they did this issue. I think they call the saga Through Hell to Heaven.
Okay.
Which is volumes 1 through 7. Okay. Which is, you gave me 5. I got 6 and 7.
Okay.
And then I think it goes right into Devil's Reign. And there it is, right there.
Gotcha. Okay.
But then after that is it's called Daredevil and Elektra.
Right.
I could have sworn King in Black happens also. I don't know where the fuck that is. If I'm just supposed to be
it's on the other side of New York.
Maybe, yeah.
It's on the other side of Manhattan.
Maybe that's in 6 and 7. I'm not sure. Yeah. Again, that's why Omnis. You give me Omni, I'm like, cool. This is everything. I don't give a shit anymore. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't have to think.
At least give me the Omnis of yeah. You got the core and then everything else. This was fine.
Yeah.
So the girl testifies and she's just like, so Emma Frost is now in the clear. She goes to threaten. Kingpin by taking over Typhoid Mary while Typhoid Mary is riding him. What?
You're not wrong.
No.
It's just like you said it.
Yeah, so, and she's like...
Oh, right. It has that bit in it, too.
Yeah, she's pretty much like, I'll fucking kill you if you come to me.
Yeah, don't step to this bitch.
Then there's, a
little... Literally, don't step to this bitch.
There's a Winter Soldier, bonus story, where he's trying to get his files, and... From Kingpin. Kingpin was holding the cane, and he said something, and now he's, possessed, and he killed all his guards, beat the fuck out of Winter Soldier.
If there's one thing Kingpin's going to do is beat the fuck out of people.
Yeah. Winter Soldier loses all of his fucking guns and everything, and
that happens.
That sucks.
Yeah.
But, he's like, and Winter Soldier is pretty much like, I'm just going to murder everyone that sent me to go kill people.
Yeah.
That's pretty much where he's at. He's fucking done.
Right.
So yeah, that's X-Men Devil's Reign, which is pretty cool.
Right.
Next up is
sorry, thank you.
Villains for Hire.
Yep.
So yeah, this is just the Thunderbolts team.
Thunderbolts, yeah.
Rhino, Girl, Electro, Taskmaster, Agony.
Yes.
And then U.S. Agent joins the fray.
Is that it?
Whiplash.
Okay. Yeah, because there's like one or two.
I don't know. Whiplash isn't on the cover.
Yeah,
so.
no, I got you.
I mean, who the fuck cares about Whiplash? You say they all start turning on each other and everything, and U.S. Agent comes in and is like, look, I'll fucking get these guys into shape.
Yeah.
But it turns out
U.S. Agent is your, what is it, Rick Flag of Suicide Squad?
Yeah, he's working for the feds.
Of course, U.S. Agent, baby.
John Walker's such a scumbag.
He's a very, predictable scumbag, too.
Yeah.
Like, he's a scumbag.
Yeah.
Like, you just know that.
And fun fact, the guy who plays him is Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn's son.
Yes.
Wyatt Russell. It does have the repeat from Devil's Reign where they go to kidnap the kids.
Okay. Yeah, because, I mean, all these are happening in, concurrently with Devil's Reign.
Yeah, this also has a Moon Knight. This Moon Knight story was actually really good. He beats the fuck out of everybody.
So Moon Knight was apprehended.
Yeah, Moon Knight was apprehended, and he actually said it said he gets apprehended on purpose. So
he's crazy.
Well, no, because he made a promise to this dude's wife.
Oh yeah, there's a reason. For
so
that,
and he's like, you're not gonna go near your daughter, and you're not gonna go near your ex-wife. If you do, I am just gonna come back and I'm gonna kill you.
Right.
And then he aligns himself with the other heroes to break out. So yeah, this was good. The Villains for Hire was entertaining.
Okay, good.
This was a fucking chore to read.
Okay, fair.
Fucking Dr. Octopus.
Abomination's in this too.
Yeah. Well,
I knew there was another random character.
Abomination was he was in it after Rhino left.
Oh, okay.
That's why they brought him back.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah, and then it's tune in next time in Devil's Reign to fight the champions versus the Thunderbolts. Yes.
Yeah.
Superior 4, yeah. It's a bit of a...
It's
interesting.
Oh, my God. I'm so over Otto trying to do the whole, I'm the superior this, I'm the superior that. Shut the fuck up.
Can you appreciate, though, that on the cover, the Superior 4 is your new Fantastic Four? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Who are the new Fantastic Four, Tom?
Well, the new Fantastic Four is Spider-Man,
right?
Wolverine, Ghost Rider, and Grey Hulk.
Yes. Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider?
Probably, yeah. Oh. And then they actually did it. They did it again.
Yes, they did do it again. I'm saying the classic new Fantastic Four. When the Fantastic Four went missing...
I remember that fucking card. Well, with the exception of Sue, because Sue was pregnant.
Oh.
She
women.
She was...
I don't know what to tell you.
Jesus Christ.
Nothing bad.
She was she was like their girl in the chair.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. But you like that, right? Like, you have a Ghost Rider, you have a Hulk, you have a Spider-Man, air quotes, and you have a Wolverine.
Yeah.
At least on the cover.
Yeah, and they're all named some version of Otto.
Well, because it's Otto is just, using Reed Richards' technology. Mm-hmm. It's what if my dad beat me and I became a Gamma researcher and became the Hulk? Or what if I was a mutant and went to Weapon X? Basically, what if Otto Octavius became other Spider-Men, other Marvel heroes? I'm sorry.
This Spider person that was in, I like that. How he was just guys, this dude's fucking with you.
Yeah.
He's not a good guy. He's not going to give you what he wants.
Right.
Really dig the whole
and all the Otto variants have other Marvel hero tropey
bodies.
Arms, you know what I mean? So, Ghost Rider Otto Octavius has whips for tentacles and
chains,
whips and chains. Not whips. I'm sorry. That's a Rihanna song. Hulk has fucking big fucking Hulk arms.
More adamantium for Wolverine.
Has the Spider-Man arms, but they're adamantium claws.
And he has his adamantium.
And he has his claws too. Yeah, because it's basically Wolverine with octopus arms.
Yeah, exactly.
But obviously they're all trying to undermine each other.
Yeah, they're all trying to undermine Otto Octavius because he's a fucking psychopath.
Yes, that is also true. He's the main character of this wacky story. It also has Man-Thing in it.
Otto Howlett's so dumb.
Yeah, no, it's a stretch.
It is.
But it's a lot, it's dumb.
Yeah, I like the Von Strange character.
Oh, the dude who becomes like the Superior Doom or whatever it is?
Sorcerer Supreme.
That's fucking cool,
That's cool. And then they fucking mark him. Dude, when they fucking rip his arms out, I'm like, oh shit.
Like, we're done with fucking right now, my guy.
Yeah, we're done with you.
This also has a Spider-Man tie-in?
Yeah, it has, with the fucking rose.
Honestly, I don't like the rose. But
the rose is what?
The rose is...
Richard?
Yeah. Like, the rose should be in more things. Okay. You would think. Just because of, like, I'm the Kingpin's son. I'm also a crime boss. Like, he should have been in Marvel. He should have been in Spider-Man 2. Like, instead of having all these, like, Craven gang fights, it should have been, like, leftover. The Rose is trying to take over Kingpin's...
Maybe we
like,
get
crime.
That.
Oh, cool. And I get to see Hammerhead armor fight again.
So, you always poo-poo on Alex Summers for, like, being like, oh, he's just trying to bang, you know.
I'm not poo-pooing him. I'd
mock
be
him.
right there, too.
You
not at all. I'm
not
not mocking him. I'm just saying, like, ain't that funny?
I mean, we can agree that Polaris better than Madeline Pryor by far. Even though she's a little fucking unstable in the brain as well.
Probably has daddy issues, I'd imagine. But no, I mean, a lot of it's got to be said
psychologically. Then we have Ben Reilly, who's sleeping with a fucking redhead that looks like MJ.
What are you gonna do?
I'm reading this and I'm like...
Spider-Man books change, the more they stay the
same.
I'm
like, this motherfucker is exactly...
I think that's the chick that becomes Hallows Eve or something. I don't know.
Is that the one who could, like, change her face?
To specific Halloween masks? Yeah. I think. I don't really know for sure.
Stupid.
It really is. It's not great. And it doesn't really...
already made a Marvel Legends figure of her.
They're good, bro. They're good with that, man.
So stupid, though.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They don't do a lot for the Ben Reilly mythos that they
No.
It's not great.
I like you said, I do like the Rose, though. I
think that's an underutilized character for someone who is as important as the Kingpin.
I do like the Baron Zemo mask. And the sunglasses.
Yeah, I mean, I think he did that a little, I mean, the Zemo mask really should have it's like a crown or something, right? Or something. Doesn't he usually have
That's why I said like Baron Zemo.
I'm just saying. I'm not.
Oh, I do like how in Devil's Reign, they fucking tie Chameleon in there. Because Chameleon was like the Tony Stark that was going to run for mayor.
Oh, shit, yeah. Good twist, that's right.
I was like,
Darsky knows how to write, baby.
Yeah.
He knows how to pull up some fucking old school shit. I do remember that. Yeah, I forgot about that twist.
But yeah, that's
straight in the back. So what'd you think? So you thought once you got to? Do you think it was just you were like just done with this whole story? I mean, this doesn't really have anything to do with Daredevil. It has nothing to do.
Yeah,
with
I mean, you're not giving me fucking Daredevil. I'm like, I don't care.
It's got some sort of Wolverine in it.
Otto's being Otto in all forms. Doesn't matter who he is. And then, of course, Otto Supreme was like, guess what? I'm betraying all of you. Big fucking shocker.
Taco Supreme, yeah.
Taco Supreme.
Yeah, no, I think that this looks fucking dope, man. The Doctor Doom, Doctor Strange, Doctor Octopus, like meshed together. Like, that's crazy. And I've seen some custom figures of that too. So that's pretty neat. So that's Devil's Reign. That's Devil's Reign for you, Tommy.
I dug it.
I'm glad you did. And I think a lot of it does have to do with
my love for Daredevil.
Running. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then your love for X-Men, and then I don't know. I really don't know what did Villains for Hire do for you? Just like the fun.
Yeah.
Like, oh, cool.
I you know what? I always love seeing Rhino having different layers.
This is true.
Like Rhino being like, I'm not fucking kidnapping kids.
I feel like people forget that a lot.
Yeah.
And then they write Rhino, and then they're like, wait a minute, Rhino doesn't do that. Wait, didn't Rhino die? Oh. Is Rhino stuck in the suit? Nobody knows.
Scorpion is stuck in the suit? No one knows.
Nobody knows. Depends on the writer, depends on the universe.
Yeah.
So that's Trading the Backs Volume 9. Mutant X for me, Volume 1, and then the entire Devil's Reign saga for you, Tommy. Pretty good Trading the Backs.
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty good episode. Pretty good Marvel week. Right?
Very good Marvel week,
Very good Marvel week. Very good drinks.
Yeah.
And a very good episode.
I agree.
And on that note, RudeNation, Thank you for joining us for the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus. We are done, baby. Speaking of not good Marvel things, though, however, next episode, baby, we're going to be talking about, it's the state of the, let me see if I can get this right, Sony universe of Spider-Man characters, I think it's what it's called. Something like that. Rolls right off the tongue.
The Sony shit.
We're talking about what the hell is Sony doing with their Spider-Man properties, because Madam Web happened to all of us. Never forget is what they would say. Never forget when a national tragedy. Well, that's true, but once it happens, we'll never forget it.
We don't have to, and we don't.
We have to for the bit. We have to. We're going to talk about what the fuck is going on and how it can be fixed.
Yep.
We're going to make some suggestions. I don't think anybody else online has ever given anybody suggestions to run their companies, run their businesses. So this is going to be a first. So mark your calendars. You can follow us on our social media platforms when we talk about this episode, but we're going to be talking about what the fuck Sony's doing with our boy. Not really our boy, but I mean, he is our boy, but they're not dealing with our boy. It's like
our boys,
all
allies,
boys
and
stuff.
Villains. Yeah,
is it our boy specifically?
Yeah.
Nobody knows, but we know, and we're gonna get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
So that'll be next episode of the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus. You can follow us on our social media platforms. We have a link tree, linktr.ee/RudeBoyz. That gives you access to our Facebook, our X account. I think I put the Blue Sky on there. We're on Blue Sky now. I think I put that on there. Blue Sky, Threads, TikTok, Instagram.
All that shit.
Search for RudeBoyz469. Instagram.com/RudeBoyz469 I think is pretty much our main focus. And anything just kind of bleeds out from there. But our podcast, you can get on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher and Spotify and TuneIn and anywhere else you get podcasts from. But our Home Away from Home, our
nexus of all realities.
There you go. Yeah, yes. This is also... They talk a lot about multiverses in Mutant X. Was that like a big... Like, when did they start talking about multiverses in Marvel Comics?
This was after Age of Apocalypse. So
no, I get that, but like, did they even consider it a
Days
air
of
quotes
Future
multiverse?
Was,
I know, but like, I think really, like, what did we say? 2099 was like the first, like, okay, we're doing a new thing.
Yeah.
And then the Ultimate Universe, we're doing a new thing, and then like everything else just kind of like noir and
spiraled. Yeah.
1602. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they're really talking about a multiverse.
That's the that's the father of the multiverse.
Mutant X, there you go.
Yeah. Howard
Mackie. Yes, our Nexus of All Realities you can find on rudeboyz.podbean.com.
Fuck. I flick that bean. That's all I have for that. Wow.
If you want to hit me up on social media, I'm at Tesherms, TEH_SHERMS.
You can get me at Tommy_Cash80. That's Cash with a K.
You okay?
I had a Podbean thing, like, it was in my brain, then you fucking throw me off asking me about the multiverse.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I spent the fucking time on this goddamn episode.
Do you want to retake?
No, it's fine. I don't even remember. It's gone.
All right. So that's us, Nation. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus.
Fuck.
This has been a presentation of the RudeBoyz Podcast Network.
Oops.